Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another day of the AEL University League playoffs. My name is Bluepanda. Joining me, Spud. We're coming into day 2 of the playoffs. We've already had one match played. It was UwU versus Monash Platinum, and well, it was a 3-match series. The second match a little bit closer, or a little bit more one-sided than the final result. But coming into this, we've got 3 matches on the go at once.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've been told we can't actually physically stream or cast all 3 at the same time. I'm not sure why we didn't at least try, but we have selected the best for you guys to watch. We will be seeing Monash Onyx, their A team, versus QUT, the Real World University team. So whether these teams are going to live up to their names, whether they're going to be a team for the real world, and whether they're going to bring in that precious metal, is yet to be seen. But we will be going all 3 maps, best of 3 for this particular playoffs. So there's definitely a lot to be seen here.
I genuinely am curious because I don't know if they've realized that QUT have made a very dated joke there. The real world, you probably wouldn't know this. In fact, anyone under the age of 15, well, actually, no, under the age of 27 wouldn't know this. The real world was a TV show over in the States. It was like Jersey Shore. It was some horrendous reality TV show. But look, the only person who could come close to that is probably Angmo at the moment. He arguably the dad of the team. He's feeling a bit old there. But honestly, these are 2 fairly stacked roster. Why don't we get them up on the screen? We'll take a bit of a look at them. Up first, it is going to be the legends. In fact, they're coming into this. They're very, very well known. There's some stacked talent on the whole here. QUT, Angmo, Gulmel, Lama, Major, and Zane. 2 players. In fact, the 2 players on either end. Players in the Oceanic Challenger League. Gulmel, a player in the Oceanic Nationals. So, yes, but this is a very stacked lineup.
Yeah, for sure. I actually didn't pick up on those names earlier when I was looking through the roster, and now I feel a little bad about my predictions for the game. So my bad. And also Angmo, I know, is a teammate of Ed Pan, who is obviously the best player there ever was. So QUT definitely have some great players here. But on the other side, they're going to be facing off against one of the best teams we've seen so far in this tournament, Monash Onyx, who have gone 12-0 with their current performances. If we can get that on screen, we can take a look at the players they are bringing up to tonight's match. Of course, we have Owen Pronwin, also known as who is actually the coach for Accusations in the OCL. So he's going to be facing off against his prodigy Gulmel. So whether the boomer or the young one.
Believe it or not, we do have an update on the rosters. Polkadoo is not going to be playing tonight. He's had to take a step away. Pika is playing, another player on the Accusations roster. So we've got coach and one of the entry fraggers for Accusations versus the support sledge player, which is Zane. He plays for Accusations. I think it's Gulmel that plays for them. But this is I mean, old prone when he's known for his strategies involving, well, it's in the name. That's how he gets himself into the building. That's how he finds his frags. But look, these are both 2 incredibly stacked rosters. Monash Onyx playing since last semester. There've been very few changes with the roster on the whole. QUT, they've had a couple of changes up. But I mean, look, Spud, we're coming into this. It's a different format, so it's a best of 3, not that best of 2 that we've been used to. And the loser of this then gets knocked into the lower bracket. So are you expecting anything more significant, do you reckon, this week?
I reckon we'll be going to the 3rd map for sure. I mean, yesterday we saw that even though the first 2 maps yesterday were a little bit more one-sided compared to what we would have thought, the 3rd map was back and forth, nail-biter. It was so very close. So I definitely think we'll be seeing the same thing here. And in fact, we have actually some of the similar maps as well. And a few surprising maps are coming up as well for today.
Yeah, well, why don't we have a look at where we are going to be heading here for tonight for Monash Onyx versus QUT. Now, keep in mind, like we said, we do have 3 matches going simultaneously, and yes, despite our protests, Nuttery would not let us cast all 3 at the same time. But during breaks, when we have those opportunities, we will throw those streams up just so you guys can see and figure out what's going on over there. But here we go, the match is up on screen. We are going to go Villa first, so a nice little break towards Italy, heading into Chalet around to map number 2, and then Oregon for the side. Chalet has proved an interesting beast in the comp scene recently.
Yeah, I mean, recently it was introduced, obviously kicking out everyone's favorite map, Theme Park, so I can't say I'm too happy about that, but Chalet is actually quite an interesting map, lots of different ways of approaching it, and definitely a spanner in the works for some of these teams who may not have been quite ready or used to it. So we haven't seen it come up too much in the competitive scene, and especially in this tournament. I can't say I've seen any so far. But obviously, there's a first time for everything, and it's going to be the first time here. We're going to be seeing Chalet. It was QUT's pick, so obviously they have something up their sleeves, which I'm super keen to see.
Look, it's interesting that it is QUT's pick because, you know, like I said, 2 Oceanic Challenger League players and an Oceanic Nationals player. So far at Oceanic Challenger League, we have not seen Chalet at all. I think that we've seen it maybe twice at Oceanic Nationals. So obviously, this is something that QUT are looking to pick up, you know, something deep in the sleeve to bring to the table. But look, we are just waiting on confirmations that everyone's ready before we get into it. Spud, we're coming into Villa. What is going to be the priority here for these teams?
Look, priority here, I think, is going to be gaining that map control. Villa is just one of those really, really big maps. So much roam space and so much work area for both attackers and defenders to be working with. So teams are going to have to be really careful with their coordination, their drone work, and just making sure they follow up on taking that map control. Otherwise, it could really bite them, you know, in the behind, regardless of which side it is. But for now, let's go into our head-to-head and look at some of these plays in a little bit more detail. We will be comparing Sonic versus Gulmal, of course, from OCL and OCN. 2 entry fraggers here and roamers who actually have quite similar stats, I would have to say.
The phenomenal performance coming out of both these. Such an integral role if you do have a matchup, you know, you do have a team where your entries are struggling, we do start to see that dip off and a lot of, across a number of different levels of competitive siege. But I mean, look, the comparative, Ash, Sophia, yeah, that one's totally fine. Defensive operators, Ella and Mozzie. The fact that Sonic, his matchup is Ella, because Ella, yes, it's one of those niche picks, you can play it in a number of strategies, but the fact that this is his most played defensive op speaks to something a bit spicy. They are willing to go for something a little bit more daring. And Monash Onyx, you did see the head-to-head vote in the community, just favoring Monash Onyx just a little bit more. And I know that our predictions as well, we did some caster predictions, production, everything. We'll get those up now. Now that we've had a look at the head-to-head matchup, we'll show you what we thought coming into this matchup. And well, look, I think we could be perfectly honest here, Spud. It was a bit lopsided. we did pick Monash Onyx to take this one. The only one not leaning that way was Red, and he's had another interesting prediction which didn't pan out for him. But I mean, the Onyx, they've been together for so long. They did so phenomenally well last year as well. Why would you not back them?
Yeah, for sure. And definitely, if we look at some of the records so far in the group stages, Onyx have everything going for them. They've gone undefeated, 12-0, as we mentioned previously, whereas QUT has dropped 3 maps. 2 will be to Monke UTS, so one of the other teams playing at the moment, and the other to UNSFW, who actually just missed out on playoffs by a 1 round difference to QUT. So QUT, even though they have a lot of great players here, we've seen that players and teams in this league can take it to them and actually step up. So whether Onyx will be able to do so, or whether the Pro League experience of QUT will come out on top, remains to be seen.
Well, we are just, again, still waiting on those last couple of hours in chat before we head into things. Okay, so, look, we'll break it down map by map. Spud, we're coming into Villa, looking at how this map is developed. It's been overwhelmingly defender-sided for the longest time. Do you think that is going to be the deciding factor here? Is it going to be a case of the better defense wins? Or are you going to see, 3-3 half, it then just becomes a battle to who can make it to the finish line first? What do you reckon?
I mean, regardless of the fact that it's a little bit defender-sided, I feel like teams have just gotten the hang of how to handle Villa. Teams have just had quite a long time. It's been in the map pool for a while now to really figure out the best ways to attack this. And with a coordinated team, it's not actually too terrible to do. There's lots of windows you can be using to cut off defenders rotating as well. So, I feel like if teams have done their homework, and for sure both of these teams will have, it's definitely not an insurmountable task. And we could be seeing, 4-2s, 3-3s even, going into these halves.
Well, you'd have to hope they've done their homework. It is a university league after all. Well, there we go. You can see the counter. We're getting very close to the start of this matchup. Monash Onyx versus QUT Real World University. Honestly, this is probably one of the most stacked matchups we are going to have in the playoffs until we reach the finals. We do have our own predictions as to how that might play out as well. But look, we've got to get through this first. We've got to get through our other 3 matches tonight to see who makes it through to the next round. Obviously, it's double elimination. So if you lose here, it's not over just yet. But I mean, Spud, the lower bracket run is brutal. You have to admit.
Yeah, like I for sure. I mean, just yesterday, the other Monash team were knocked out into the lower bracket, and that was just by a single round. So going up against them in the lower bracket, knowing you have to beat them and everyone else, is a tough ask for anyone, no matter what team. But enough of talk of the lower bracket. We are watching the upper bracket matches here. We are taking on Onyx versus QUT as we go onto Villa, with Onyx first on the attack and QUT on the defense.
It's interesting. So Angmo, obviously of Team Fury, they played Villa in their final week match of the OCL to qualify and make it through to the playoffs. And well, they played it. It was it was for the first attacker-sided Villa we had all season. So I mean, look, maybe that could be it. But we are getting our first bans in here. QUT going to take that shot off the board. Look, were we expecting any... Oh, okay. I was going to say, were we expecting anything different? But this is something different. Iana, it's something that has seen a rise in ban priority just because of how great she is as a well-rounded attacking operator.
Yeah, she just carries so much utility with her, and especially with the introduction of Aruni, she just has a way of burning those gates through. Of course, not to mention the 2 frag grenades and the Gon 6, it's a really versatile operator. Speaking of which, our second operator to be banned on, sorry, our first operator to be banned on defense will be Wamai. More of this utility denial operators being removed, which is quite interesting from the Onyx side, I have to say.
Rounding things out, it's going to be the Spaniard Mirror. Pika, yeah, look, it's something that he has been playing a little bit. Usually you're seeing him more on that Sophia role, and oh, okay, Gulmau. Using the platform to promote himself. That's it. Oh, look, they're all doing it. They're all doing it. Then Owen, of course, yeah. Look, everyone knows Prone Win. He's the coach. He's 1-1 in Oceanic Challenge League though. So that is not the case, Major. I know for a fact.
First site coming right up. It looks like we'll be going to that second floor AV Games primary site for most teams. Yesterday, we did see the other Monash team use a interesting primary site. For Villa, they did choose to go to that the dining kitchen site, but now it looks like we're going to be returning to a more standard site pick for QUT. It will be second floor AV Games, and quite a standard operator lineup here as well.
Yeah, nothing crazy coming out here. Oh, Angmo. A lot of confidence coming out from the man. You love to see it coming in here. We are seeing some interesting stuff on the whole. Pika, I think this is the first time I've ever seen him play Sledge. Usually he's on the entry. Usually he's on the Zofia or the Ash, something along those lines. But coming into this, interestingly again, Angmo bringing the Jaeger, which look, we were talking about before we went live broadcast. Those changes, some people, they're struggling with it. They're not totally stoked with the recoil changes, not to mention missing out on those extra 5 bullets. So we'll see what Angmo has he done his homework? It comes straight back to that. Has he been practicing his recoil control? I know there are several players in, tier 1 through tier 3 that have found themselves lacking a bit in that department.
Yeah, I remember watching my friend play against the caster stack, the infamous caster stack. For those of you who know, you'll know. And a particular caster asked him having trouble with the recoil, and all he could say was, yes.
100%, guys. 100%. Well, first 30 seconds already, we are seeing Onyx inside the building, taking over this master bedroom side of things. One player spotted, but nothing doing. Yoda Pug just going to start to flush things out, clear it. And, Owen on the drones. Did he get it? Yoda Pug to fall as well. Where was that from? Was that a nitro from below? I believe that may have been Zane.
Yeah, and I bet he's going to be hanging out for more, just waiting for that pickup, and he might be able to pick up a second here, but looks like he will be getting just out of sight. Unfortunate, he can't quite see his head. Oh, he got it. That's one for Zane.
There was one board that didn't get destroyed by the C4 that was stopping him from picking up the kill while Yoda was down, but he wins the gunfight. He's looking for more. Owen gonna be punished, but it's Sonic to find the next kill. Zane finally finished. The vengeance coming through. Already, we are seeing it's a pretty scattered game, Spud. Bit of chaos, bit of confusion, but still a 4-4.
Yeah, I'm really liking how Sonic's here has been really great on that flank watch as his job, of course, as the Nomad. He's made sure that Roma was not able to get away scot-free, and he did punish Zane for that earlier pick. So it is for all in terms of manpower, but Owen taken down low now. And that is the hard breacher and the diffuser carrier. So he's going to have to be a little more careful here. Roughly a minute left on the clock now, and they're starting to work their way into this red stair area. Gonna have to clear out 90 though, and also be careful of these players who are all remaining on site now.
The man, Major Melk himself, holding down and study, looking for that angle towards Zombie. Angmo on the roam once again. There is some significant off-site presence that could inhibit Onyx from getting themselves in and going for that plant. Not to mention the fact that, well, Gulmel is still alive, playing the smoke, holding things down. Angmo, you might run into Zane, Pika, who is downstairs, looking for the flank. Oh, frag grenade prep through the floor from Piano. Oh, just the timing, not quite there. He's about to run into Angmo. Angmo's in library, sees the cam, gets shot at the head, given up, and Pika is lucky to be alive.
That's a case of siege time if I've ever seen one. Now Pika's looking for this kill. He's just picking the wrong side. Does he get it? He does. Beautiful flick onto Angwo, and Angwo, though, that's his woes. Major Melk looking to get that refract now on a main stairs. Doesn't quite see the sledge, but he does now. Downs him and confirms. That's 3v3 now. 10 seconds left on the clock. Attackers have to make it onto site. Looking to push this vault wall, but Gulmal is close, and he will have something to say about it. Gets one. Diffuser dropped. Makes it. Oh, no, not quite a second. Shots come out, but makes it a second, and Diffuser's down, and so is Monash.
Oh, my lord. Gulmal playing it by the skin of his teeth. Pulls out the shotgun after running out of ammunition. That could not have got any closer if you'd scripted it. And well, it's a round one going the way of QUT. It's a good way to kick things off, even if it was a bit dicey there towards the end, Spud. Coming into this round number 2, trophy statuary, we are seeing the standard, transition from bomb sites. Obviously, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be heading straight to AVG. Then you transition over to trophy statuary. And then good chance we're going to be heading down to dining kitchen as the tertiary.
What? And it looks like we have lost some of our stream. Oh, no, we are back. Sweet. Frost mats. I always love frost mats. It's one of my favorite operators. And for sure, I always love seeing it in competitive games. Frost, in fact, has actually seen a bit of a resurgence recently in competitive play. That shield and the shotgun really coming to handy now for opening those rotates and also just being able to work some angles as well. So definitely going to be interested in seeing how it's going to be playing out. But looks like a bit of an off-site hold here as well. Not so much a hold, but a bit of a roam here with Major Melk putting down some reinforcements and some mute jammers to slow down the attackers early.
Yeah, obviously, coming into splits like this, trophy statuary, you can play it one of two ways. You go for that horizontal extension over towards 30, which is what we are seeing for the most part here for the side of QUT, or that vertical extension. So you go downstairs, you threaten from below with the likes of nitro cells, you bring a pulse, you play it that way. Or, I mean, if you're feeling really bold, you've probably seen this as well. A lot of tier 1 teams, a lot of very aggressive teams will run that walk-in closet setup. Just 3 ADSs. Usually you'd go with a Wemai, but obviously, seeing as it's banned out, you can't run as an aggressive set. But you sit there, M590 operator, sitting in, tucked in behind the wall, behind a shield, with all that coverage, and well, you've probably fallen victim, as I have, just jumping into that window and meeting the short end of a long barrel.
Yes, and that, of course, is where the frost mat also comes into play. It's hard to shoot the person in the closet when there's a frost mat at your feet. So, definitely a great setup to try, but not going to be trying it now as Zane takes out Yoda Pug on the balcony, and it looks like it's all a study side push, but the defenders have read very well into this and are contesting it fiercely here.
2 rounds in a row, Zane has found the opener. This time, though, he's not going to be refragged out. He's going to find himself a second kill instead. Looking for more. This is rough, because he knows where at least 2 are. Had an inkling that someone was outside the study window. Knows for sure that there is someone sitting out on the balcony. And they just have no answer to him. It seems they need to flush him out. They need to get some ground before they push on towards the bomb site. Or they're just going to have to give up on the study side, head over to Master, and that's just huge amounts of time wasted.
Yeah, and especially with Angwo here still providing cover, it's going to make sure he can't be flanked up these main stairs. So it looks like the attack is going to have to go another way, but they're not looking the right way. In fact, Angwo is not quite sure of his position. Can't quite see him. Catches one. Can he get the second? No, he sees him, but runs away with 50 HP. Pika is down, and that's the Ash giving chase, but can't quite get him. Diffuser has been picked up now, but that's 2 versus 5 players with a minute left on the clock. This is not a good position.
Yeah, like this, if nothing else, this has already been a game of siege timing at its finest. Just unfortunate. How was so sure that there was someone playing main stairs, and then Pika runs past, dies, and it was all over. 2 players versus the 5 remaining. So make that the 1 remaining. Is Angmo going to pick himself up a double as well? And Well, Hal now needs to do what he can. Is it a case of burn the clock, use those 45 seconds to discuss what's going wrong? No, I don't think he's going to get a chance at that even. Pushing him through mud. He's going to get one kill onto Llama at the very least. Can he find a follow-up? Nah, not a chance. Ghoulmau's there on the job. QUT string together 2 very solid rounds.
That was definitely, I would say, a textbook hold there. No presence could be gained by the attackers there. The defenders just read into that attack very, very well, held onto those key points in AV and those main stairs very well, and managed to just blunt that attack. They just could not gain a foothold into the site. And by the time they got on into the building, there was just not enough time and not enough manpower left. So definitely, Onyx are going to have to do a bit of thinking, maybe change up how they approach this, or at least improve that communication a little bit. No more, running past the main stairs when you know there's someone there.
Well, yeah, look, they have been putting in a lot of work here, have old QUT. It's not like Onyx haven't been doing it there in their own right, but QUT, they're very much gelling, they're feeling themselves, they're playing this very, very comfortably. And Onyx, they seem to be a little unsure of themselves here, Spud, as we head down to the tertiary bomb site. Pulse coming through for Ghoulmau. Castle as well. So they are looking to fortify that position, go for that vertical hold as you would expect on this bomb site. And, well, 3 nitro cells in hand, plus the black eye cameras. There's going to be so much information. I think, honestly, if anyone from Team Onyx steps into Master Bedroom, that is a death sentence.
Yeah, hopefully Onyx are going to figure this out quickly from those picks and maybe take an alternate approach, maybe a bit of a horizontal push as well. But that vertical pressure, it's really key here. It's just so effective at flushing out some of these defenders. Of course, that's not always the case. I mean, yesterday we did see a case where vertical pressure didn't quite help out so well. So whether Onyx know about this particular strat that their B team employed, or whether they're just going to run with their own, we'll have to see here. As we go into this round, third round, QUT on their third defense round, up 2-0.
Normally, as a caster, they're going for the nitro cell here, Angmo. It's placed. He's not going to commit to it just yet. But like I was going to say, as a caster, normally you don't run with Twitch chat open, but this is Uni League. It's a bit of fun. There's always a bit of banter to be had, and, well, this is probably my favourite copy pasta for Uni League so far. Exclamation mark drops is actually a code, which stands for drop the ball, which is prone win signature tactic. He goes prone, looks for those frags, and more often than not finds them, so make sure you spam that exclamation mark drop in chat to give him as much power as he can get.
Well, unfortunately, we're not allowed to say it on stream because, we can't be too biased. So, maybe next time.
Look, he's definitely struggling a little bit. Onyx, they've not really had that much of a showing in that last round. They very much just got removed, and it came down to just a few kills being funneled the way of the boys. At the moment, this is a little bit better. We're not seeing as heavy a commitment. There's more presence in the fact that they can play off of each other and go for those trades. Major Milk in a huge spot right now. Goes, the tap onto the Selmas, that vertical recoil already being... No, I think he just missed the first couple. It was a bit of an accident, but look at this. Again, that vertical positioning. The super shorty coming in. Zane to try and control things from above, but at the moment, despite Onyx's positioning, they're still not guaranteed an entrance. Zane gets dropped. Yoda Pug is going to be the first death, though. Angmo finds that kill with a clean headshot.
That's some great teamwork there, just making sure that Zane is picked up and stays alive, and that's going to be presence on the top floor that Onyx still needs to clear out. They have approached this a little bit differently. They are going for that horizontal push, and with this player on these pantry stairs, but he's aware that there's a player upstairs, and it's just holding that angle, waiting for a mistake, but mistakes are made all around. Pika drops Ghoulmau, but Zane able to refrag onto Sonics, and that's a Nomad down as well. Ahal is the next to drop as well. Major Melt gets that pick. Pika looks for the kill, downs one. Not quite, but now he does. He's confirmed it's a 2v3, and the plant is starting to go down. Defenders are nowhere to be seen, but Major Melt looking to push up now. He does some damage, but not enough to get the plant down. But 2v2 now, and Pika gets one, and that's going to be both. Yeah, it's both down. Look at that. 2 free knives. Who would have thought? What a way to end.
Look at that. Major is even going to give the defuse over to Angmo. It was probably the closest. I hate that. I hate that observer. I hate that came out, and I hate that it came from Europe as well. It's so bizarre to watch. You just sit there, yeah, cool, diffuser's going out, and then all of a sudden, we're going full Exorcist, 180 degrees of rotation in the skull. But look, it was the closest that Onyx have come to winning a round so far. The clock was there for them. They got the plant. Unfortunately, Pika just wasn't enough of a monster to find those last couple of frags, and they do bring it back. So QUT, they take the first 3 rounds of the half, and we are starting to see Villa return back to that very much decider-sided affair. The defender-sided affair, my lord.
Yeah, having said that, I can't say that Onyx's attacks have been bad here. They're definitely doing, they're doing the right stuff, and they've got the right tools as well. Just that, unfortunately, not being able to keep up with some of these frag-heavy players on QUT who are definitely pulling, worth their weight in gold here. Gold, diamond, champion, whatever you want to call yourself. But it looks for now, that's 3 rounds for QUT on the defense. All 3 sites have been played, so they are able to go back to AVG, Aviator Games, their primary site. It looks like a similar lineup being brought here as well. So maybe a repeat of the first time. Hopefully, I would assume for Onyx, they would try something different.
Well, yeah, look, it is a case of where do they look to approach, given that the last time didn't work. Do we see that push over from the master bedroom side of things to start off with? Do we see a push downstairs coming in, pushing up main, getting vertical control from below? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Yoda Pug, though, is going to bring something different in. Is going to be that line. He, unfortunately, has been the opening death 3 rounds in a row here. So switching onto the line, playing things a little bit more passive, I can understand it.
Yeah, and maybe that might be what they need to really shut down some of these roamers who have been running rampant for QUT. Maybe just making sure they can't move around as freely and being able to catch them on the rotate back. Hey, Ahau now the first to enter into sight. Major Melk still looking at the cams, and it looks like Zane is going to fall back. Is coming up the R6S. Not something you usually do, but it's enough to get Zane out of there and take some of this map control.
Oh, Pika, his own teammate hits him with the sledgehammer. I'm just waiting for the good night in chat. Zane is so mad he can't even spell properly. Just unfortunate. Angmo gonna look to swing in. Oh, he wins the gunfight though. So Zane should at least be happy about that. And Pika, yeah, very frustrated, understandably.
Yeah, hopefully he wasn't typing then. That would have been a rather unfortunate. But Ahau now looking to push into this red stair landing area now. Just waiting for those drones to come out. He's going to decide he's going to do it himself. Just never wait for other people. And Sonic's on this rappel waiting for that call to wall bang through the window, but unfortunately just fallen back. Hopefully he doesn't get C4'd as well, but he will be holding this 90 window as Angmo actually still on those red stairs.
Cool. Shouldn't have too hard of a job, honestly, holding things down. Still got the toxic canisters. Has a lot of support close by. But honestly, it's still in that position where it is a 4v4. There is time to work with. If Onyx can get in position, go for that execute, even get that vault wall open, they can really start to contest here. But it is going to be a game of information. If they have it, they can utilize it, go for that push. But look at the utility awaiting them. Surya gates, barbed wire. You've still got those toxic canisters available. This is, again, I think it's going to be one of those very explosive last-minute executes on the side.
Yeah, speaking of last minute, we are already under that last minute, and attack is down. They're going to have to make a move. It's now or never. They're starting to run out of time, and Angmo still underneath. He's still able to roam and do a lot of damage, and he's going to be really effective in being flexible. He can push up those red stairs, though it is nomaded, and in fact, he will be coming up that way. Or he could come up main. Whether he's going to get anyone is a different story, of course. Being peaked right now, and it will be, in fact, Angmo to lose his life. As Sonic's able to get out that pick, that's a roamer cleared, and now they might be able to start working on the site. And in fact, they do. Alama, however, gets one, takes out and makes it a 3v3. Sonic's now pushing into sight, just out of sight of the smoke, but Alama makes it 2, and it's 2v3 now, 1v3. Sonic's all by himself. We were too busy looking at him, but he's the only one left and won't even land a single one. Major Melk with a headshot ends Monash's hopes of a round.
Llama did a phenomenal job holding down from games. That Org A3, nothing to be sneezed at. Found 2, Major found another 2. Unfortunately, nothing could be found. And the rotate up, Angmo tried his darndest, but Sonics was just a little bit cleaner. It doesn't matter though. 4 rounds taken so far in the half here on Villa. On their opponent's map pick of all things. And, well, Spud, you've got to wonder, we have seen some very defender-sided villas, obviously then go into the half and things change again. Could we... Actually, there is also another concerning thing. Angmo plays for Team Fury, and Team Fury have struggled with what I like to call the Fury curse. They get to round 5, they get they hit 5, and then things start to deteriorate. Do you reckon just the one Fury player in this lobby could be enough to curse them, or they broke past it in the final week of OCL, but it has to be a concern.
I don't want to say it out loud because the other thing I'm worried about is Caster's curse. As soon as we say any team is going to win or lose, things start going downhill from there. So if I say, oh, no, it won't, or yes, it will, might end up cursing a team. So I'm just going to leave it for the viewers to decide. Maybe they can decide whether it's Angmo's fault or not. Maybe at least QUT will find someone to blame at the end. So maybe it's all good.
Look, they've still got one more round to work with. As soon as they hit 5, that's where things start to get a bit iffy. Obviously, if it goes into a 5-1 half, then we know for sure that Onyx are going to win it. But it's still not done yet. 2 rounds left in the half. We are going to be going for that extension over towards AVG once again for the split bomb site defense. Gul now bringing something a bit different, and he's going to be playing the Mozzie this time. We do see 4 Nitro cells on the board, so this is... They're doing almost both, horizontal and a vertical hold here. They're going to be looking to play from below with the Nitro cell. They're looking to control things horizontally with that extension over towards AVG where Zane is. And honestly, Zane did a great job of locking it down last time.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that... Oh
boy.
Never mind. Angmo takes out Pika. I was going to say, I'm hoping that Onyx can be a little more adaptive in how they approach these attacks and just reading into the setup, but it looks like he's just going to lose his life right there. So that's an unfortunate pick. Really needed that IQ to spot out some of this utility, especially those Valve camps. So far have been wreaking havoc onto Onyx's attack.
Well, how on the Rappel on Astro window, and Llama very aware of it. Might look for something. A lot of presence. They are looking to gear up for this master bedroom push. Drones coming in, information. Honestly, I would be... Oh, no. I was going to say, this is what they need to do. They need to get vertical control, otherwise they just lose this. But look at the roam downstairs.
Oh, he's crouching in. He sees the gun barrel. He takes him down 3v5 now, and that's Drone as well. Never mind about that vertical. Yoda Pug also taken down as well. And that's unfortunate through those peak holes as well. Interesting hole to be opening up. A, however, gets Ghoul Mount. That makes it a 3v4, but with 1 down, those odds are not looking good.
Pug not in a great spot right now. Major is on the hunt, and there we go. Uses the Nitro to confirm it anyway. Unfortunately, Owen is just going to have to stand there and watch as his teammate falls. A lot of presence downstairs. This is prime Nitro cell territory here for QUT. Look at that Milk just holding tight in the corner. He's even going to go for the swing spray. It's almost good. Might even be able to finish it with the M590. No, rotates into walking even. Somehow still alive. At least How is on the job. Does pick up that kill on Zane. Looking to hunt further. 50 seconds left here, Spud. He's got to find a few more.
Oh, but will he find this? Not quite. Angmo just misses. And Ahau now aware of his position. It's gun versus gun, head to head now. Pre-fires come out. Ahau isn't quite sure of his position, but Owen is sure where Alama is. Takes him out, and that's 2 versus 2 now. Onyx have even out those odds, but Owen taken down low loud, but starts going for the plant. Is that... Oh no, that's a C4 coming up. Ahau takes out Major Milk, and the plant has gone down. So it is a 2v1 now. That's a rapid reversal of fortunes now, and it looks like Owen... here we go. Prone win indeed, and he gets a kill. No one expects the prone win.
Exclamation mark drop. That's the one. This is where Owen thrives. Laying down, imitating the carpet, and they will get their first round of the half. And what a way to do it as well. Yeah, look, he's even been called out by his own team. The Owen special coming in here. But there's still one more round to go, Spud. We could still see the 5-1 half. Especially given that, well, it did come down to How putting in a monster effort that round.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely picked up the team on his back there and carried them through. I was very worried for Onyx, I have to say, during that entire round. It looks like they were just getting picked off without much of a chance of a refrag. But the tables did turn, of course, Ahau able to get a lot of those kills without too much trouble. And of course, that C4 right at the end placed on the wrong side of the site. So managed to get away with that. But Onyx are going to have to really repeat this if they want to make it, 4-2, and then bring out their own tricks for defense if they want to have any chance of taking away this map.
Again, we see a couple of switches in change rounds. Gulmouth now going to be bringing the Malusi. Zane handed the Mozzie. So they are chopping and changing a little bit throughout the rounds here. Still, this could be a quick one coming into this matchup. There's 3 rounds that are needed for QUT to close out Villa, take us to map 2 of Chalet. And the split extension, it's looking similar. They've got the 4 nitro cells on the board again. So I would imagine, from the looks of things, QUT are going to try and do the same thing, but win it this time.
Yeah, I'm really liking how they're doing this really spread out hold. They're choosing to hold both horizontally and vertically, and they can play very flexibly. And of course, with those roamers, they can, rotate power over to either side as needed. And they've been doing that very well. They've been really great at reading into how the attack is, where it's coming from, and just putting the right plays to counter it. So definitely a great setup for QUT, and whether Onyx will be able to repeat this or replicate it in their own half is yet to be seen. But for sure, they're going to have to if they want to take out QUT on their own map too.
A very aggressive split setup here. That leftmost panel between Statuary and Master Bedroom has been left soft with some ankle holes set up. So QUT, they are going for the weird and the wonderful, it would seem, in terms of their strategic approach to this match. Gulmouth on the roam towards Vault is going to start to hear some of those key audio cues. And Angmo, they do have a crossfire onto the study position. They could look to do some real damage to the attackers here. Look, just look at that. They're playing the angles. They are playing for the advantages they know they can get here. And, well,
yeah,
now said, it's not going to work for me. Look, they are doing this, but you can feel how hesitant Monash are.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if those 3 roamers on the board just playing together as well, supporting each other and getting the refrags. It's just so difficult for Onyx to get anywhere because they're just not sure where these players are, especially with all this intel denial. However, he's going to know where 1 is now, but he does fall back. Angmo, on the other hand, takes out Owen as he comes into the site with a defuse as well. However, he falls himself on these main stairs to Pika. Finishes off that kill, makes a 4v4, gets a refrag and the diffuser.
Well, Gulmouth's still on the job, unfortunately. Just swings and finds 2. Pika and Howe both falling. And all of a sudden, we are in prime Fury territory. 55 seconds left to 2v3 now, as Onyx is on the job. Still a phenomenal frag. Reason the guy was a head-to-head matchup, even though we haven't really seen him play that entry role so far. Very much been playing flank watch and trying to lock things down that way. But we saw it last time, Spud. We saw the advantage. We saw it thrown away by QUT. Surely they just play their defensive angles, wait for Onyx to push into them, because it would be absolutely heartbreaking to throw away 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah, and that's going to really affect the mental as well and really help buff, give Onyx that confidence they need to know that, despite the chips looking down, they can still pick it up and still win. 1 close hit is taken out. Makes it a 2v2 now, and with the diffuser off-site, though, that's 10 seconds. Don't have time for it. They're actually choosing just to go for the execute and kill, but no time it is. 1 going for the kill, 1 going for the diffuser. Can't find either, and that's going to be QUT for the 5th round.
I mean, we talked about throwing away 2 rounds in a row. I mean, you lose control of the diffuser. You then commit to picking it up, and there's just not enough time left. That is going to be an ice pick in your mental, honestly. It's going to drive a huge wedge in there. We get to 5-1 territory. Angmo, he's got to keep his curse corralled. Keep it to the Fury boys. The QUT want none of it at the moment. But, I mean, that is got to be crippling to your mentality.
Yeah, I mean, definitely going into this undefeated and now looking at a 5-1 scoreline on the half. Onyx is not going to be feeling great about this. But, I mean, they're not the best team from Monash for no reason. And I'm sure that if anyone can do it, they can do it. Facing off against a Titan like QUT, maybe they're going to be known as the Titan Slayers. Maybe they will be the ones who take out what so far seems to be a giant of a team from QUT.
Well, Giants or not, we are going into the half and the defensive switch. We still have the possibility here, Spud, that it could be a 5-1 split both ways.
Oh, for sure. And then a 6-6 overtime. Yeah, everyone loves overtime, and that because everyone loves Villa, right?
No. Well, believe it or not, Spud, I was one of the 2 casters in the second longest competitive Rainbow Six match in history, which was played on Villa. It went 24 rounds because the league that I was casting for ran infinite overtime. So I've in my time casting Rainbow Six, I've had my fair share of Villa. And look, it does bring back memories. It was almost a 3-hour match in the end. So the less time I can spend on Villa, the better, I think.
Yeah, I'd say you'd had more than your fair share for this one.
Well, coming into this, this is the prime opportunity. QUT, if they can deal a blow here, if they can take the round, get themselves map point, that bit of added security, they then only need the one more. And, well, honestly, they've got 4 rounds to play around with. They have some mobility and some room to breathe here, but it looks like we are seeing that extension from AVG into Statuary this time. How well do they deal with it is the question, though.
Yeah, the attack is now coming from this master and this bathroom site. So both teams have chosen this very similar approach to attacking, but one team has actually chosen to hard hold this area a little bit more, and that is, of course, QUT. This side of the map now actually being given up to QUT on the attack here. So Onyx choosing to go play more of their players closer to the site. I'm just wondering whether that's going to be payoff for this very aggressive style QUT are bringing here, whether this late aggression, or sorry, this slow pace will work out for Onyx, or whether it'll come back to bite them in the ass.
Well, there's the question. At the moment, poor Yoda Pug still fragless in the half so far. Playing the Jaeger. Now downstairs on this Malusi. The ping's coming out. Nitro Cell coming into play. Sonics, what can he find? It's just lingering there. Major not going to go for that full commit. Jumps back on the drone. They have the information, but they're not going to pull that trigger just yet. And it's Hal. There we go. Takes out Gulmelf. Takes out Zane as well. Toofa off that play around the entry into kitchen. That is huge. And oh, look, Sonics, he waited. He bided his time. He gets it anyway. Pika chimes in for yet another. And we could potentially see Onyx pick up a flawless half.
Wow, what a way to go. Hey, 5-1, but this time it's 5 players against a 1. Angmo. Yep. Never mind, he is going down as Ahau takes him out for a 3rd kill and a flawless round for Onyx. Definitely the round you need going into this. At such a disadvantage, you want those, those victories. You want those convincing wins, and convincing that round certainly was.
As much as I joke about the Fury curse, and as much as it has been a case of as soon as Fury hit 5 rounds in the OCL, they got taken to overtime. Things got a bit dire. I'm joking. Please, don't let Angmo be, the one to bring this curse into effect. It's only 1 round. They still have the opportunity. We are going to split this time. But that was a commanding defense from Monash.
Yeah, definitely. It all started falling apart when, Ahau downstairs in the kitchen, able to take out 2 players unawares. I think they were just expecting that side of the map to be clear and didn't really expect someone to be there, but that was a quick 2 kills, and then from there it was just kill after kill, not able to answer back at all. So QUT will definitely have to slow things down a little bit and clear out some of that presence. Looking like they're going to do that here. Angmo has switched onto that Jackal, so gonna look for these roamers a little bit better. But if he loses his life early, of course, it won't be much use either.
Well, 10 seconds to go. Well, almost underway here in round number 8. Well, at the moment, it has been a very defender-sided affair, and we haven't seen that change yet. The 1 round we saw picked up by the attack was, well, it was Statuary. It was round 5. It was largely Hal involved in bringing that back from the brink, but at the moment, it is QUT now on the attack. They are looking to get things in. They are trying to get into that vertical play down below. We are having a couple of whispers in our ear about other matchups. RMIT Black, they are doing pretty well at the moment. 5-2 in their matchup. Not quite done just yet, but similar territory, ironically.
Yeah, UwUNSW definitely having a hard time there for them. 2 rounds against a 5 against what was last season's champion. So definitely not a great time, but not a great time here as well for Onyx. 2-5. They have won this last round, so definitely going to help with confidence. But they're going to have to take another 3 in order to match QUT here. But it looks like they will be able to do this. Great setup here. Lots of utility to be stalling out this attack. Attack is looking like they're just going for this bathroom master area directly rather than going from the other side of the map.
Interesting. Angmo also running the C7E here on Jackal. A lot of players... he didn't quite suffer the same nerf hammer treatment that the 416 carbine did, but it was still enough that, you know, losing 5 bullets in the mag for the C7 is pretty significant. A lot of people transitioning over that PDW instead. Yeah, I mean, second half of the round, they're looking to play slow. They have avenues. They have angles. This is prime territory for QUT to get match point.
Yeah, but it does look like that's an air jab going off somewhere, and Angmo taken down from Zane entering from the bathroom, and that's a hole in the defense right there in Astro. That's a key position you need to be holding. Sonic's looking now to hold both things at once. He is in that split area, but Zane manages to pick up a second 4v4. Makes it a double for him, and that's going to be 2 players down from Onyx and 1 player down from QUT. So definitely good odds, but Ahar here now. On the flank, maybe he will be able to catch out Zane on the flank, looking at bathroom as well. But Zane knows there is someone there, and he's just watching that angle, but not for long. C4 coming out now. Will he get anyone? He does, and that's Zane taken down. 3v3 now. 30 seconds left on the clock.
That is pain and a half. He's going to find another one at the Ghoul Mel as well. Major Melt does equalize at the very least. Llama is on the plant. Pika just locked away from the the diffuser. Major Melt falls as there's no way to cover the angle and the rotate in. How looking for anything does... Actually, no. It's not even How. It's Pika to steal it away. And How somehow able to diffuse through the gap. And Nuttery is a terrible human being. Okay, How. Chill.
What
look,
is
we
going on
even get a view of the Banshee placement as well.
Bomb diffuser disabled by defenders. Defenders win.
Wait, was it? Okay, right. It was Pika going for that defuse. I guess he needs those extra points. You know, everyone needs points. But it will be a second defensive round for Onyx. Definitely a round well played there. Zane almost had it there. He managed to pick up a 3k in that Astro site. Unfortunately for him, of course, Ahau able to come up from those Astro stairs, get the C4, and then those 2 other picks as well. 1 in the master bedroom, and finally onto that diffuser planter. Oh, and he also got that player in statue. Yeah, statue. So definitely a really critical flank there. Able to do so much damage and ultimately win the round for Onyx.
Great. Jackal. But you know who's even better? Gridlock. Because Gridlock stops stuff from like that from happening. Those track stingers, you lock off the Astro stairs entirely. You've got no chance of bouncing back and contesting it. And, well, here we go. Down to Dining Kitchen. And Zane, he's going to pick up his main from OCL. He's on the sledge. We are just going to throw it over to other live matches as well here, Spud. As you can see on the screen, things definitely heating up for the moment. Some big rounds being scored. Obviously, 1 Oregon, 1 Coastline. So we're really doing, you know, the full rounds here in the opening match for these 3 matches.
Yeah, Coastline, not something you see every day. A lot of people just found it, I don't know why. It's fine, I guess, but definitely one of those more flags that, you know, people tend to shy away from it. Oregon on the hot hand, we see that every time. You know, we've got another Oregon that's looking right up now. I believe. So, you know, if we get that far, we will be seeing it again as well. But enough of that for now. We will be heading back to Villa now. Once again, on this dining kitchen site, Onyx having won 2 defenses already, so able to go onto their tertiary site now.
Well, we'll have to see. Yoda Pug still, unfortunately, without a frag. And Owen, he's pulling out the MT Jack special. It is Shotgun Pulse coming in. And they have 5 Nitro cells here as well. M10-14 in hand. Looking to go for those vertical threats. And, well, they can see them. The heartbeat sensor has to be coming out. Yeah, look, 4 players of the 5 of QUT are primed and ready outside this master bedroom. Someone is going to die. Someone is going to die, and it's going to be very violent.
Oh, lining up that C4 now, just taking his sweet time. I'm sure that QT surely will know about all this vertical presence. So many C4s on the board here. Now, Observer's just waiting for it to go off. We've got a Prime View Llama first to entry with the diffuser as well. This could bode poorly, but Zane is already in the building. In fact, in the bathroom, cleverly standing on the sink, making sure he doesn't take any footsie damage, but Owen already underneath.
He tagged himself with the frag grenade.
Oh no, that's unfortunate. Unaware that that was a hard surface, and that's a C4 wasted, and Zane still mostly intact, save for, you know, a few mishaps with a frag grenade.
It's big brain time. Yeah, that was just a huge heads-up play there from Zane. Sit on top of the sink in the bathroom, bait out some of those nitros. There is a pre-place here, ready and waiting. They're going to detonate it. Owen, unfortunately, just missing the mark with that one. So we are starting to see this defensive utility, which could have been so key in shutting down this attack. Committed. Sonics finds the opener that's adding motor fall. Jackal again not doing much. And how did Pika thread the needle on that? He does get the down. It's not a kill. But luckily, Howe is on the job on the backside. Yoda Pump falls, but Zane, he's just clicking heads. He's back on the sledge. He's feeling himself. Pika gets one. Steals that kill away from Zane, though. Islam, the one to trade out. This has been a very chaotic round, I have to admit, Spud.
Yeah, I'm having trouble keeping up here. All I'm seeing is that people are killing and people are dying. So somehow we ended up with a 2v2. I don't know what happened in the middle, but here we are. 2v2. Pulse and Sonic and the Mozzie still alive, so I don't think they have their C4s though, and Zane, of course, out of frag grenades as well. So no more explosives, it's just going to be shooting now.
Look, Llama could find a Claymore kill, obviously. Oh, poor Ace has lost his smoke grenades. He's foot seen. Sonic's very lucky to escape with his life there. Was spotted from above by Zane, who's looking for it. Oh, can he get it? Yes, he can. Shoulder spotted. It's a triple for Zane. They've only got 12 seconds left, though. Owen might be able to do some big damage here. M1014 swing. He gets the first. That's diffuser control as well. Zane has to book it. Prone Wind comes in, swinging the stairs, and the time is not there. Prone Wind wins the round. No way.
Not again. This is the second time we've seen him win based off proning. That's two more than I would have liked to have seen. He lives up to his name. You hate to see it, but undeniably it works. And in that position at that range with a shotgun, it's the play to make.
Look, it is what it is. He channeled the two filthiest aspects of the Oceanic Challenger League. Empty Jax's shotgun pulse and prone win. Look, this is 2/5 of Exodian, and that was enough, unfortunately, for QUT to drop the round. They are now within one round of equalizing.
Yeah, it was what was looking like a tall order for Monash is now looking very, very much doable, and QUT definitely not going to be feeling great here, having lost all the defensive rounds from Onyx. So yeah, from Onyx so far. Last all three sites were played in the defensive rotation, and all of them were losses for QUT. Not even able to get the plant down once, but quickly taken out, and that was a free defuse as well. So it looks like a lot of the time they are actually running out of time and just aren't able to execute onto the site, which is what we've been seeing from both teams. Both teams so far actually on their attacks, with this map being so big and so much ground needing to be covered. Both teams are actually starting to run out of time to actually properly execute.
Well, look, one round to equalize or one round to secure map point. Owen has gone from filthy to filthy. We've gone from shotgun pulse to shotgun Ella. The M1014 to the FO12. We are... Not only are we making the rounds in the maps here for the playoffs, we're making the rounds in the operator picks and the guns therein. But look, one round... Honestly, with the way things are going, again, this is going to be a 5-1 trade of halves. I 100% reckon.
Yeah, there is no doubt that there's so much possibility that could happen. Of course, nothing in Siege is ever certain. And, you know, we could be seeing this go to match point, but it's so very, very close. And if the momentum for Onyx keeps up, definitely Onyx will be looking at a 5-5 half. And that's going to be bringing them back even, which is definitely needed here for a team like QUT. It's such a tough team to play against. It was also Onyx's map, and now bringing it back certainly needed for their momentum.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Well, look, it's 1 minute in. They're doing what they can. How again on the steep roam? has really been doing work on the defense. I mean, he did work on the attack as well. He very much a versatile player in this situation. Explosions coming out. Frag grenade. Oh, that's going to be rough. Oh, just managing to escape it there. Angmo is going to be fuming. The perfect position on the AES to keep Pug in it. And, oh, look, there is nothing more infuriating than going for a frag grenade here in the AES. Luckily, Zane's still on the job. But that honestly, Angmo is going to be fuming. That wasn't his kill.
Oh, Zane also looking at the second one. This one just on the stairs, but Ahau has taken damage and he's going to fall back down, making it back onto site relatively, hopefully, unscathed. But that's 1 minute remaining on the clock. A lot of time wasted. Owen managed to take out two. No, unable to get the third one.
I'm sorry. I'm glad we did not get that on stream. I will be perfectly honest. Luckily, Major's there to mop things up, finds the trade, and Pika from behind just whiffs the spray onto Gulmouth. And, well, they pick up one more. Now, it's 3 versus 2 with 45 seconds. Major Belt going to take down Howe as well. QUT looking good to move to map point, but Sonics is on the job, does have the Vector and a Nitro cell to play around with. 35 seconds to hold out here, Spud. Do you reckon he can do it? They're looking for the angles, the run in. Major gets through. The concussion goes in, but I think Major just tagged himself up. Cool looking for the angle. He finds it. And there we go. It's QUT on map point. Pika, he's about to be roasted. Oh, look, Gulmau's just too nice a guy. But it is what it is. This has been an interesting road, but we could see it all over here as we head back to Aviator Games. Do you reckon? Do you reckon we're going to get OT? I think we may have lost Spud here. He's obviously having some mind issues in the background, but we'll carry on. We'll head in. Map point on Villa, which is Onyx's pick, and Owen. Yeah, I think we may have had a caster drop out, unfortunately. Like, this is the power. Like, we saw the round before the last. The power of the drops in chat gave Owen the strength to win the round. But, yeah, look, there we go. Okay, so we have lost Spud, unfortunately. I'll be carrying on here myself as we go into what could be the final round of this matchup. Aviator Games coming in yet again. Echo for Owen. I mean, look, name an operator that spends more time prone than an Echo, and, well, I couldn't give you one. Going into this round, though, Zane has been a driving force in what has kept QUT in this. Howe on the other side of the coin, much the same. In fact, running a better KD for the moment. 10 seconds left in the prep phase for this Aviator defense. Last round was a bit rough. Pika just not quite hitting those sprays, not quite landing his shots. This time he needs to be a bit crisper, a bit cleaner if they want to take it one round away and push for OT. Pug, he's struggling. He's having a rough run of it at the moment. Question is, where do we see the aggression? Where do we see them look to ingress into the map? For the moment, it is going to be somewhat of a spread. Might even see Angmo heading downstairs, playing the sledge this time. So yeah, again, seeing a rotation of operators from all over the coin. Obviously, Angmo playing sledge in the last round as well. But usually, you're seeing them on that hard breach or potentially even flank watching. Look at the setup once again. We have Yoda holding red stairs. Gonna punch down the banister, give himself some more lines of sight to work with. They've got the coverage, they've got the yokai in place. Now there as well, but QUT not wasting time. They are on the rappel outside study. 2 players below, looking for the vertical angle. Angmo might just be able to make something happen there. Is this floor getting opened up by Pika from below? There we go. Concussions out. Oh, it's a quick trade. Pika and Gulmel both go down. But so does Major Melk at the hands of Sonic. So 2 frags go the way of Onyx. And gives them that advantage. But with the time left available, it's not like they're totally out of it just yet. Rotation back Yoda and Howe joining back up red stairs. Not going to look to overcommit down below. And Angmo on the job, unfortunately, does get revenge. Finds Sonics. He's in the site looking for the plant. Howe's looking to charge him down. He's found and fragged out. Angmo might just pull this one away. Llama finds a kill on Owen after Zane gets dropped, and it's all in the hands of Yoda Pug. If there was a time to go huge and clutch up, it would be now. He's playing by the mailboxes. He's got the angle. But no, guarantee that plant. Angmo is just trying to bait something out. Give his teammate the opportunity. Yoda's tagged. Has to swing back towards Study, and Angmo is going to look to stick this one out. Rotating from behind, Llama is going to be there. Can he spot anything? Plant down, secured, and it's a 1v2 clutch situation in the post plant. One behind the bar, one out towards Classical, and Angmo even going to rotate out potentially and join up with his teammate. All it takes is an angle, bit of a spray. Yoda's still in this. Can he land the shots? No. It is QUT. They will pick up the round and the map and give themselves the advantage here in this playoff matchup, and our other two opening matchups are done as well. So all around the same time. Look, we won't keep you in suspense too long. We'll throw it to a break. We'll get into map number 2. We'll get our other caster back in here as soon as possible, and we'll see you back after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Look, Spud, you're back with us. You're back in the land of the living internet. Unfortunately, ADC there towards the end, but we're coming back into it. We finished map 1. In fact, all of the other matches that were played have finished their first map of this best of 3. So, score updates. RMIT Black won 7-2 in their first matchup, which was an absolute slugfest there on Oregon. And monke UTS won their matchup 7-1 on Coastline. So, our matchup here was the closest one. It went 7-4 on Villa. We're now going to be transitioning into the newest map in the competitive pool, Chalet, Spud. It has been played a lot in high-level competitive Siege. We've seen some interesting strategies develop around it. Despite what is one of the most common bomb sites in ranked, in casual, basement is avoided. So it's not something that a lot of teams are playing. Interesting.
Yeah, look, I can't say I'm surprised, actually. I think I've seen a lot of teams and a lot of people I know actually take preference for those upper floor sites, especially that bar gaming site. Can be very, very difficult to attack if you're holding vertical as well. So it's not surprising that they choose to, do what ranked players don't, because let's be honest, ranked players aren't.
Don't do what ranked players do. Well, look, coming in, obviously, Ban's going to play a huge role in this. There's some interesting stuff on this map that can be utilized, especially if certain bans are let through. Specifically, I've been toying around with a bit of Maverick on this map. Believe it or not, on a bar games hold, you reinforce that, the storage area, that back corridor, because you can't get threatened vertically. But Maverick is tall enough to actually burn out the bottom of that wall from the stairs coming up from the basement, so it's going to be let through. And it's actually a hugely interesting way to contest that back storage area.
That is interesting for sure, and I'm wondering whether our teams are going to be playing that, whether any of these teams have actually got that in the back pocket. It is QUT's map pick, so they for sure will have prepared a lot for this. But Onyx definitely...
We're assuming they've prepared for this.
Well, yeah, all right. It is the University League, and as we all know, university students, due tomorrow, do tomorrow. Or in some cases, do afterwards, study during the exam.
I'm personally attacked by that statement. I was one of those students until I decided that uni wasn't for me anymore, but that's a different matter. That's a different matter entirely. We are here, we're ready to go. It is Rainbow Six time. They've gone for a bit of a break up into the mountains, going for a bit of a skiing, and then all of a sudden gunfire has broken out. It's now on the shoulders of Onyx to defend. Master Bedroom coming in first. This is the most played bomb site in high-level Rainbow Six Siege for Chalet.
Sure, it's definitely a really strong bomb site to be holding. You can work with the closet, you can work with offsite holds in library and kind of look out onto that that mezzanine area as well. So lots of ways you can play it, and vertical, of course. So interested to see how these players will choose to approach it. But looks like we have some very standard picks here. Yodapug wasn't able to get any kills last time, so hopefully he'll add to that donut this time. He is bringing the Jaeger for some of that utility denial. Wamai is not banned this time, so they can bring it, but they've chosen not to do that. So we're going to see how these teams approach this particular map. As we go into round 1, Onyx first on the defense.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a number of ways to play it. Interesting that we are seeing the rotate opened up here, because I know a lot of teams, they'll put in that little cutout area into Master Bedroom, but like I said, it's a case of having prepped strategies coming in here. Obviously, Onyx, they have some idea of what they want to do. The most interesting thing to me already, Pika, who is renowned for his capabilities on the entry. We saw him play Sledge. We've seen him play a number of different things throughout the competitive season in the last 6 months, is playing Maestro on the defense.
Well, he does have 80 bullets to work with, so that's 80 headshots you could potentially be landing. So, what better way to make use of his ability than giving him lots of bullets to shoot with? It makes perfect sense.
Well, we'll see just how well it plays out for them at the moment. We already see QUT threatening on some of these windows. On this northern side, they can see a huge amount of information. Look at that. We can see some really big contests. Angmo running the DMR online is not something you see every day. Usually it's the VO5, but I mean, if you can find the angle, if you can find just an avenue, they can do some big damage. And this is the interesting thing about a map like Chalet. So yes, there are some real power positions on the defense, but there are so many windows that you need to worry about as a defender.
Yeah, and I think the attackers here definitely making use of these picks. We saw, of course, Zane looking in from that northern window, but Major Melk is looking to find that opening kill. Doesn't quite land those shots, but now he's going to be coming up these stairs, but Sonic's will be ending Angmo's life. He is in some strife here, and Sonic's looking for a second one, peeking down these holes, and it looks like Onyx are prepared for this. Owen holding this close. He does get one shotgun, not prone, but close enough. That's one for him as well, and that's 5-3. QUT already 2 men down.
Just full face tanked an impact from a lifeline and still got the kill onto Major with the M590. That is rough. And oh, look at this, the vertical angle's already coming in. Zane desperately trying to find whatever he can. Might even just go straight up Solarium stairs, but look at the angles that have been opened vertically. There's so much to be contested. 3 players here remaining for QUT to try and mount some form of a comeback in this round. They've got Solarium control. They can push up, threaten into the bathroom, or even into the master bedroom. Yeah, okay, there we go. Zane got it finally. Shot's not quite connecting, but these soft walls have proved a bit of a nuisance. They're going to have to be careful because they might have that coverage of the wall, but you look between the bomb sites, there's so many. There's someone in the bathtub. There's someone in the bathtub with a shield. What is this?
Yoda Pug is taking a nice shower, nice bath, and is a bit disappointed. Zane has tried to interrupt him. 1 for the kill, 2, make it 2 headshots. No peeking toms here. He gets up for a 3rd. Does he quite get it? He does. Owen, however, is the one who finishes off with a shotgun. A flawless round for Onyx on QUT's map of all places.
That's also, oh my lord, he just went for it. That's Yoda Pug's first 2 kills of the series, strangely enough. He unfortunately was not able to connect onto anything. Big shout out, yeah, look, big shout out to Jeff from Team Swingsman in the OCL. He's notorious for his SAS play on the defense. Absolute fiend. I think there was 2 weeks in a row during the OCL where he dropped 16 kills each match. So definitely someone to watch out. But we are going to be heading to basement next here, Spud. This is interesting because so many teams have been avoiding it just because of how hard it is to keep control of. There's vertical you need to worry about. There's the horizontal push coming in from Car Garage, coming in from that, I believe it's the eastern entrance down the basement towards that boiler hallway. This is, I'm keen to see what they bring, and it looks like a Mute Mozzie combo plus the Wemai Jaeger. No, not even a Mozzie, it's been switched out for a Goya. So this is standard for this whole, and then, okay, Nuttery, just go up a bit higher again. This is an unfortunate observer issue that no one knows what causes it.
Maybe they just put the sunlight up there, when
yeah, no, the sun's altitude has just been lowered too much. It's literally on the roof.
Yeah, maybe we'll see a patch for it next season. Or in the bug.
But like every league that I've been involved in, you see the observer, and yeah, I was sitting. It was one of the North American leagues, and the observer scrolls over, and then just the full white orb in the middle of the screen. He's, what the hell is this? Oh boy. Apparently it's worse on Coastline. Thank you, production, for that little tidbit of information. But, well, we hear... Is Angmo... Oh, no, okay, this is a multiple break. I thought for a second he was running the silence on the SR25.
Well, it's not a terrible idea. Who knows?
Apparently silences are a real big thing in like, APAC North, like in Korea and Japan. Apparently... I mean, even the R4C will be run with a silencer. It's bizarre, but they make it work.
I can't wait to see that at the 6th Invitational. Just somebody swinging in with a suppressor and all the teams going, what?
I mean, to be fair, the big talking point at the moment is the LATAM teams who will just swing on you with whatever they've got because they're so unnecessarily aggressive. But it works for them. At the moment, though, first minute already burnt through. A lot of ground still to be taken so they can threaten onto this basement. We didn't see a Maverick pick. And I've got to wonder if now that Onyx have shown that they're willing to go to the basement, maybe we start to see QUT bring it in.
Yeah, looks like, in fact, they're not really challenging that main wall too much, mainly going for the 2nd floor on this north side push, maybe come down those blue stairs. In fact, Gulmail still on that Rappel. Llama and his teammate already on the 2nd floor now. They've got that north side control, they've got that office, but not much progress has been made onto that vertical and also onto the site. Sonics, of course, holding behind the shield as well, and that's going to be a tough path for the attackers to take, having to go down that long hallway with a single line of sight, and still presence upstairs as well. This is a very nice hold. these two defenders being able to play off each other as well to get those refrags.
Pika back on his signature Jaeger now in the defense. This is what we expected for him. This is what he usually brings to a team. But at the moment, we have 1 minute left to play here in round number 2, Spud. Not a single point of damage has been dealt. All 10 players still up in the lobby. But Angmo might have something to say about that. He's still holding above in kitchen. Pika could be flushed out. Llama, in fact, is going to be the first one tagged up in the round. Not dead. Still above half. Still very much able to contribute here in the round. But it's going to be Zane to fall, unfortunately. They use the Ash. Yodapug on the job. How looking to contest this game's window. Llama crouches up. Oh, no. And it doesn't matter. How wins that anyway? Well, all of a sudden, I know. I genuinely don't know. He just walked up. How stands up. I think that was just... Llama was so confused. Hangmo aggressively swinging with the DMR. What is going on? This match is so bizarre. How finds a second. So does Sonic. Schoolmail falls. And it's all on Major, who finds 1, 2, in fact. With 15 seconds left, he's going to swing onto the West Assist. Finds a third. What is going on here?
10 seconds left.
Oh no, Yodapug off side, on the wrong side, sorry. Not able to go for the plant though. He's just going to go for the swing. He doesn't know where he is. Finds him. Oh, not quite. Yodapug clutches it out. Hits him with a big sheesh. Sheesh indeed, that was closer than either of those teams would have liked. Major Milk making a valiant effort there with the SMG-11 in hand, but unfortunately not able to close it out, and Onyx take the second map.
I mean, Yoda wasn't... Oh, sorry, not Yoda. Major wasn't the loudest player in map number 1, and then all of a sudden he comes in on the brink of death, finds a huge triple, almost gets the third as well. Honestly, I think... Yeah, it was, a matter of inches, if that. If it hit the head, that was a QUT round. And from here, we are going to be heading to Bar Gaming. Still no Maverick coming through, which, I mean, it's one of those things on a map like Chalet, it does play very well. I think maybe it's just a case of they're not practicing it.
Yeah, but I'm also seeing a lack of wall denial here from Onyx. Only bringing the mute last time, and then after that, there's no Bandit, no Kaid here. So it may be that, you know, QUT are seeing there's no need for this. They can just simply run along with that Ace, who is much more effective at opening the walls quickly. So maybe that's an option here. They're just seeing that there's no need for the Maverick to be brought, and so switching over to Ace might be their play here. Of course, Ace also has a great gun to work with, and he's brought the breaching charges for some of this vertical presence as well. And vertical presence they are going to need, as we are going to that Bar Gaming site, and the library is certainly a crucial point for the defenders to be holding, attackers to be taking.
Well, coming in round number 3, I think, yeah, like some of these rounds have been a bit close for comfort. Obviously, round number 1, a flawless sweep out by Onyx. But the second one, very, very close. Down to the wire, literally. And, well, Angmo's going to be running the VO5 back on that again. This is a bomb site. Yeah, you want to hold vertically, you want to hold upstairs in library. You want to have some sort of extension on the mezzanine. With a shield, whatever, playing top 5 play stairs, there's so much power. Even extension towards top library stairs, because there's no way to be threatened if you've got a shield in that position. It's just so solid for the defenders.
Yep, looking like the attackers then are going to have to clear out the second floor because there is a lot of presence up there, and Major Milk already on that rappel, and I think they're going to start working their way through this northern side, but definitely lots of presence up here. Ahau will be droned out not once but twice, gets both drones out. However, caught on that kill. Zane makes it a second one, the refrag not working out. Live drones definitely paying off here, and that's this north side of the map quickly cleared out, and that's rapid progress, 2 minutes. But they'll definitely have to get a move on, as you mentioned, there is a shield on those library stairs. I'm holding that angle, and oh, that's a cheeky angle for sure, and it's going to be difficult to flush out Yodapug from this spot.
This is what I was talking about. The player, and you do almost exclusively play Whamai in this position as well, just because of how strong it is. And well,
oh, if only he had a shield, hey.
Yeah, look, sad moments. We don't talk about those. Or Angmo, this is the position. He's not going to be playing slanted roof, but he can still. Oh, just a second too late to get the kill there onto Sonics. But there's still so much power in the utility and defensive setup that Onyx have here. Honestly, Yodapug could lock this down. Sonic swings onto Mezzadine, finds the kill all the way through to Piano. In fact, Sonic's going to be tagged up heavily through those angles. That was Angmo. He went one way, catches him on the other, and all of a sudden, it's down to a 2v4.
Wow, this is not looking good. It was strong defensive setup for Onyx, but looks like QT have just found a way to pincer right into it and find all those weak spots. Owen now with that shotgun looking to get some kills, and Yodapug is going to have to be a little more aggressive here, try to get some of these kills. He has some pings, but can he get the kill? He gets one. Can he make it two? Goes for an interesting knife, but there's one close to him. Smoke grenades helping him out a little bit. But unfortunately not quite enough as Angmo takes out Yodapug 1v3, 1v2 now. Owen makes it even a little bit better, but he's got 30 seconds left to hold out as attackers are now closing in on his position.
Angmo's in games. They have control of one of the sites. Gill's on the plant, but Owen's there on the job. Oh, just under swings it. M590 out. Just whiffs the spray. Prone win. Can't do it again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You tried a third time. Good luck, buddy. And Angmo's just not going to lose that. There we go. They do get themselves on the board.
Not again. Owen Pronewen knows he is known for this, and he continues to do it. You know what? He deserved that one. He deserved that one, and QT certainly deserved that round. That was a very good entry. Zane taking out 2 picks early on with very little damage and able to collapse onto that upstairs site. I really like how Angmo held that window, cutting across that mezzanine area, so players couldn't rotate from that mezzanine to the library to kind of support the team there. So definitely well done there in terms of flank watch, and definitely giving Monash a run for their money here.
Well. At the moment, it's only the one round that Onyx have dropped so far. We are going to be heading back up to the primary office, coming through. We haven't seen our 4th bomb site here, obviously kitchen and dining, which it's usually the tertiary site for most teams. Usually the transition is master into bar gaming and then into kitchen. You head there as a last resort. And if you go to basement, yeah, look, it's a risk, it's a gamble. If you can make it work, good on you, but most teams avoid it. A lot of Aruni play. You're seeing that on this bomb site as you would, expect. I'm just trying to figure out what is happening in this map so far. But yeah, round 4, honestly, QT, if they can ride that momentum for the last round, if they can actually restructure and come into this round understanding what the setup's going to be, they might be able to take this one too.
Yeah, a lot of the time we see the first 2 rounds can be a little shaky. Teams just kind of figuring out the paces, their opponent's play style, and then can quickly turn around after that as, you know, the teams have really got a handle on how each other play. But of course, this is QUT's map pick, so we would expect them to be a little more confident on this, a little more prepared. But so far, it's not showing up as much. Onyx definitely giving them a run for their money and showing that, you know, if QUT can win on Onyx's map, Onyx can definitely do a lot of damage on QUT's map as well.
Well, interesting. We still haven't seen that slanted roof position. It's so good at getting control of mezzanine as an attacker. But look, they've got control of library. They're pushing in. They've got control of mezzanine. But Sonic C's going to take out Angmo once again. Unfortunately, these vertical angles are just so easy to punish if you're not paying attention, if you haven't done the drone work. And Angmo, unfortunately, is the one to fall victim to it again.
Yeah, 4 players actually now looking like they're all hunkered down on this site. So definitely going to be a very anchor-heavy defense and lots of explosions and fighting going on right at the end as well. Pika holding this very close position next to the half wall, looking to challenge anyone who comes in to plant. And also he's got those cams to work with, but those walls are finally open. Those are usually the critical walls you go for. So this library take so far working out okay. They've got the map control, but have lost one player.
Oh, he's outside for some reason. Well, look, Spud. Oh, Major. That is a big mistake to be making.
Pika peeks him and takes him out, and that's going to be another player falling for QT. That's 5v3 now. So lost 2 players. Pika, however, will get taken down by Zane 4v3. Yodapug on this very interesting angle as well. Shield on the piano. Definitely can't say I've seen that one before, but he's making it work. Now, attackers looking like they're starting to execute onto this mezzanine site, but Ahau is still underneath and holding this mezzanine window. Attackers aren't careful. He could get caught off guard.
I'm still playing behind that shield on the piano. It's pretty stock standard. How on this flank, though, has to be pretty clinical. Zane Finds himself a second. Drone going to be shot at. Zane finds a third. They're in the bomb site planning. How? Not in a position to help out. Llama dies to the SMG-11 of Owen, who is in looking for that half-wall position. Owen gets the down. Ghoulmal falls, and it's all in the shot of Zane. It's How pushing in from behind. What info do they have? What coverage do they have? Zane playing from Piano Corridor. Can he find the angle? Prone win again. No way. He's done it. How did he pull that off? And the defuse will come through for Hal.
Defenders win.
No. No, not like this. Not like this.
Oh dear.
You hate to see it, but can't deny that it works, hey?
It shouldn't. It should not work. It should be punished every single time. Unfortunately, it's not. Zane is going to be fuming. I can only imagine the next accusations practice is going to be 5 minutes to 10 minutes of Zane just yelling at Owen.
Oh, well, very soon it will be a round half switch. We've got another 2 rounds to go, so maybe QUT can return the favor. And I'm pretty sure proning into sight doesn't quite work when you're in the attack, so maybe that's the last we'll see of it.
He will try it. He will. I mean, he picked up that round on attack prone after the plant and Villa, so
True.
who's to say he can't make it work here?
Yeah, if anyone can do it, he will. He'll make it work. He'll somehow prone into sight and no one will know.
It's the one going in round 4. Well, round 5 actually. Yeah, round 5 basement again. This one, it came down to the 1v1. And despite major effort, unfortunately they just weren't able to pull it out of the bag. We do have the mute coming in. Exactly the same defensive setup it would seem here for Onyx. Last time it was Major on the sledge. Now Angmo's the one to be playing it. So we again seeing these shuffles, seeing these change-ups. But we didn't see them contest that main garage wall. We saw a push in from Car, we saw a push in from above. They just lost to the players off site. Oh dear.
It's true though. QUT is indeed in the law.
Really?
Yes, it is. Gridlock apparently went to QUT according to her background.
Okay, look, I have a decent knowledge of the law, but it's those little details. I wasn't the one that said it, Nuttery. Production is getting confused. It's getting late. It's past his bedtime. But coming into this round, honestly, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that for the likes of that QUT would make a reference to Gridlock having gone to the university. They're doing again. It's QUT. They're starting themselves off well in the round, but it's how they finish it that has been the issue so far.
Looks like Pika's going to be locked down here, but there is Ahau to help him, and Pika's going to take a page out of Pronewin's book, going prone here, but deciding better of it. He's going to be holding this angle through here. Doesn't quite win that fight. Angmo does take that one, and that switch onto the sledge has helped him out. Pre-firing as well. Takes a lot of damage from the C4, but manages to get away with his life. And this push is definitely looking like it's coming from that northern side, but on the first floor, hoping to gain a bit of vertical control over that main lobby.
Again, it's positioning. If they can execute onto the site, they could overwhelm the numbers. They still have that EE1D scan they can utilize here. Major just looking to hold things down, spots the jammer, sees the shield as well. So they might be able to pass on that information, communicate it through, but Angmo's returned. He's coming down western stairs, west main stairs. They're looking to drone things out. They have great positioning here. They could execute onto the side, but just the defensive utility. Oh, no! Owen, how does he get away with that? And Angmo, I think he's a bit mad.
That's rather unfortunate timing. It's just looking just the wrong way, but it does get the refrag to his credit, so it's not all over. But, I will be expecting a couple of, angry question marks in chat sometime. Maybe Major will be asking what possibly caused him to miss that. C4 coming out now. Going for this breach doesn't quite catch anyone. Not even a little bit of damage, but doesn't quite end his life. Sonic's now holding this quite closely, working with the shield as well. But breach is coming out now, along definitely for sure with that grenade taking out the mute jammer. So Lots of work and lots of angles to be held here. And all two players stacked up here, and lots of pressure being applied from this back take. But there's only 30 seconds left, 20 in fact, but he makes it 2v3 as two players are fallen 1v3 now. It's all up to AEL by himself upstairs. Can he pull off this fight? He sees the feet, but not quite the head. Here's one, takes out one, makes it 1v2. Plant going down now, almost done, but Zane is watching the stairs. AEL not sure where to go. He's going down these stairs, sees a peek. Zane backs off as well. Good shoulder peek, but it's 40 seconds for the diffuser now. AEL has to make this work. He has to push onto site with two players left. He's got lots of work to do. Looking into this breach now, and this connector pre-fires, doesn't quite land the shot. Ducking and diving. You know, trying to confuse these attackers a little bit here, but the attackers have got this locked down. He's trying to make his way on the site, but this is not looking good for him. Pings come out, but he can't find it. He's looking, takes some fire. Position given away. It's now or never, man. You've got 13 seconds, looking like he's going to go. And Gulmao, oh, what is that? I didn't know you could kill people with a breaching charge like that. Oh, Gulmao. Wow, that's some BM right afterwards.
Yeah, it's exactly it. It's another round of the board as well. They do pick that one up. And, well, it was close. It was not quite as close as the last one, but it's still a round nonetheless. And they do confirm this time in their own favour. Going into the final round of the half, though, Spud, what do you reckon? 3-3, or do we get the 4-2?
Definitely think it's I could see this going to a 3-3, actually. I think QUT have started to pick up some momentum here. And, you know, he's kind of got that, QUT have kind of, you know, they took that last round very convincingly. It was a very clinical execution there, and minus one or two mistakes there. You know, they played it very well, and especially in those dying seconds of the round, just being very smart about how they held some of these angles. Well, it looks like, though, we will be losing Bluepanda for a second. I think he's disconnected, so unfortunately, you guys are stuck with me. Haha, suckers. Yeah, good luck.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
Yeah,
being defused
internet,
by attackers.
you know. This is what you get for making fun of Australian internet. You know, your internet, Chatime. It's called karma. More or less, I think. But we will be going back to this basement site. So once again, a repeat of that previous site. Again, this is one of those sites that teams don't usually like to play. We see it a lot in ranked, but not so much in competitive, especially with those new reworks. Not usually seen as often, but looks like Onyx have made it work. They have won it at least once. They did lose it the second just then, quite close, but overall not too bad. So, you know, maybe third time's a charm. They can win it again, and that will take them to a 4-2 round half on QUT's map, of course. So that's definitely a good position to be in. Yoda Pug also looking to hold this 90. This blue tunnel area, again, a very common position, but common is this approach here, north side tank. We've seen this many, many times. QUT always choosing to go for this particular angle. So whether Onyx will read into it and maybe offer some hard resistance, or just kind of fall back and wait for them to take their time, yet to see. Well, yeah, well, okay, Bluepanda's not coming back. Guess it's just me. Okay. Yeah. Drone work coming out, looking like they're going to start rappelling in now. So this north side of the map has been cleared out. 50 seconds taken off the board, but still a lot of work to do. This map is quite large, and there's a lot of territory that has to be gained as well. But they have brought the line to help out with that a little bit more, just kind of lock down those roamers a little bit. AEL, however, will be able to be the first to take out Angmo. That's a Sophia gone. Lots of utility removed from that, from the attacking team. So definitely evens out the odds a little bit more for Onyx. Not even sure there's actually any roamers here for Onyx. I think they're mainly choosing this bunker style. But speak of the Devil, Pika looking to do some peeking here, coming up into this bar area. Don't think he's been discovered yet, and Owen is close by to support him, so may be able to get that refrag and add to that advantage. In fact, there's 3 players very close together holding this vertical area. It's going to make playing that vertical on that main lobby, that main lobby area, sorry, very difficult. So I think once again we're seeing a bit of a back take approach, coming in from that northern side and then dropping those hatches and that garage wall, as opposed to contesting the main wall. go. Utilities starting to fly out now as they start working this wall. A lot of it caught by the ADS and the mine magnets, but still enough to get this wall open now. And that's going to be a crucial wall to open, cut off some of these lines of sight, and get a crossfire onto this side now. Major Melk looking for the peak, and Yoda Pug once again going prone. It's not Owen, but Yoda Pug here. Yoda no longer the teacher, but now the learner. Very comic indeed. But another one falls. Owen goes down, and so does Sonic's Major Melk, getting a double kill. 2v4 now. 2v3 as Yoda Pug picks up a second, but Diffuser is on site. Llama falling back now to cover these rotates. Pre-fires come out, but not quite the right way. Oh, what a flick. Able to take out one, but not the other. 1v1 now as Yoda Pug and Major Melk, both with a triple now. But the Diffuser is down, and it's up to Llama taking on Yoda Pug. Both players unaware of each other's positions, just kind of creeping along, but time is ticking away for Onyx. They're going to have to make this work. Looking into that right corridor now, as he does have the ping. He's aware of the movement. Pre-fire is coming out. Here's the gunshots. Doesn't quite connect now, and looking to go into Rotator. Looking for this kill, pre-firing, and he cuts him off perhaps with that Goyo shield. And now going for the Diffuser. He's got no other time now. And in fact, I think Llama might not make it. He's running. The Diffuser's going, and he gets off the Diffuse. That is unfortunate. There is not enough time. That is so unlucky. As QUT able to tie it up 3-3 for this first half.
Bomb defused. Attackers win.
This is the second time, I believe, that we have a plant and a kill right at the end. Yes, both of these last basement rounds were QUT able to plant, and they were able to almost kill right at the end. Of course, they were able to take out all of Monash on that last round, and the round we just saw, just winning on time. So nevertheless, that's 2 plants so far. In fact, we've seen 3 plants overall this half of the map. So not too bad on an attack, and 3-3. Definitely great for attacking a map that is relatively new. But QT now on the defense, and whether this will be a change of pace, we'll have to see now. Because they are, in fact, choosing to go to this basement site. Again, we've mentioned so many times that not the site you usually see, but it looks like, you know, these teams are very, very fond of the basement.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I'll refrain from making any more basement jokes, though. Interesting picks here coming out as well. Castle, we haven't seen that for sure, and Gulmel on the Kaid. We only saw that once on that last round, not able to deny too many of those walls. It has been a staple, very common, in denying some of this drone work and slowing these attackers down. Speaking of which, the attackers have brought out Yoda Pug on the Lion. Lion has seen a fair bit of play here, just very effective in keeping some of these Romans at bay, making a bit more difficult for them to move around. So definitely a smart pick here. And definitely not the same as you know, the old Lion for sure, but I think that's all a good thing. We can all agree. So glad to see Lion getting a bit more play apart from being banned. Ahau now making a rapid entry into this library site. Both teams looking to go for the second floor push or a remote site clear. Need to make sure that the ground is clear. Ahau gets one as Angmo taken down early on. And shots coming out now trying to get this refrag, but Ahau able to get some shots and just scare off this last player. So that second floor control mostly seeded. Very quickly too, less than a minute taken for that performance. Okay, well, looks like I'm going to have to keep talking. So, oh, look at that. Zane looking also for maybe a bit of a flank here. Here's how it's spotted up by the drone. I'm going to be interested to see whether he chooses to hold this position or simply fall back. He does have an escape route, so it's not too bad. But in fact, he's going to be looking to push up even further, going for the second floor flank. Major Melk takes out one. Ahau goes down to C4 now, and it's a 4v4. So not too bad here. But I'm not sure if they know about this player up here. Looking now like they're going to start transferring some of this control downwards. They have brought the sledge. I can open up some of these vertical holes. And Sonic's also looking to secure these flanks with these cans as well. But there is still one player upstairs, and I'm a little bit worried that if they're not careful, he could do so much damage later on. Zane, however, looking like he's just going to hold tight for here. He's going to be chilling in the kitchen, but if he peeks through that dining area, he could do a lot of damage. Gulmao, meanwhile, does some damage of his own, takes out Sonics. That's the... what's it? Sam Fisher, yeah. Splinter Cell man, yeah, he's dead. Well, yeah, that was not a good choice joining Rainbow Team. Well, never mind. Pika now looking for this player upstairs, but looks like he's fallen back. 2 players dedicated to this. One holding the main stairs. Oh, another prone trick, but doesn't quite work. Zane takes a hammer to the head. Again, he says, again. But, you know, it's all fun and games until someone takes a sledgehammer to the face, so... I guess he'll be writing about that in the chat logs. But for now, it will be two down on either side. But 30 seconds left on the clock. This is not looking good for Onyx. Running out of time once again. Seems to have been a little bit of a common thread between these teams. Sorry. Both of them are taking a lot of time to clear out the roamers and then running out of time at the end. Explosive entry meets nothing as Gulmao able to get a double kill and another one for Llama as well. Defenders taking out that round off a nice refrag for an advantage here, 4-3. And we have a bit of an update on scores as well. 7-2 to UTS. UTS taking out UniMelb in convincing fashion once again. And I believe RMIT Black also took out UNSW. What can I say though? Those were both very good teams, so definitely... according to my predictions, at least. So I can say, so far, I've been 3 for 3. So, yeah, well done. Looking like I'm going to get those noodles from production. Second floor now, master bedroom office. Usually a primary site, but this time it will be our tertiary site. A very strong site to be holding. Lots of areas to be working with, vertical and horizontal. So one of those sites you can really work with and really be flexible on. However, lineups wise, looking like not very flexible otherwise. Sticking mostly to the same picks. Once again, we have Yodapug on that line, help reduce some of those roam power, and Pika with the sledgehammer. Going 3-6-6, but of course, lots of assists and 2 sledgehammer kills so far this match, so, you know, it's not all too bad, as long as you get the sledgehammer kill. Owen also doing a lot of damage, 7-5 here, on the support and also on the prone. Not so much on QUT's side, looking a bit lackluster for some players, but definitely still enough to win the round. And Major Milk, of course, entering with great potential here, 8-0 and 6, definitely in the positive. The only one in the positive, in fact. But, you know, it's a team effort, team game. As long as your team wins, that's all that matters. At least that's what I tell people when I steal their kill. Sonic, however, takes out Zane with a nice spawn peek. That's unfortunate. Oh, yeah. Sorry, the spawn peek pays the price. Is taken out in that bar area, the gaming area. So that's a Malusi gone and a C4 as well. Llama on the pulse will be spotting out some of these players now. So these positions will be given away. He does have a C4 and the shotgun to work with. MT Jax would be proud. And so are we. The shotgun coming out once again. Hopefully he gets something to show for it. 2-0 and 6. Not the best scoreline. Yodapug, however, will be entering now. Once again going prone, looking to peek some of these angles. He sees a head, but can't quite hit it now. Just holding down that mouse one button now and the middle click to get some more intel. Gulmao, however, we'll be watching him, but Sonic's, on the other hand, will be able to take out one Major Melt, gets a refrag, trades it back out, and Gulmao makes it a second 3v3 now. Now they're falling back onto site. Major Melt holding, once again, this window. Yodapug still in this library area, not sure where to proceed. Lacking a bit of intel, I would say. Those mute jam is kind of slowing down this roam clear. But Major Melt playing a very dangerous game here, very close to this breach. Usually I see teams reinforcing both sides, but you know, this seems to be working out quite well. He's able to get one so far. Might be able to get a second here, and it makes it very difficult to kind of breach this wall, especially if it's soft. But Pika will be taking out Major Milk. However, Gulmao will be taking out Owen as well. Another one falls as Pika goes down. And is confirmed by Gulmao, and that's one player left. Yodapug, he is being wobbed as well, and he's got a gate to face, and he has the pings, but does he have the shots? Burns the gate, tries to at least, but it looks like he's going to flash himself. Not quite. He's going for the peak now, just unaware that there may be another player watching him. He sees the feet, sees able to see him, but never mind. That is a brilliant flick onto that player. Downs one, and with a flick onto the other, flick of the wrist, easy as, confirms that round for Onyx. Well, 4-4 it is now. Definitely back and forth game. Much more even compared to what we saw last time. Last time, of course, we did see a 7-4, so we could still see another team run away with it. But who knows? Who knows? Anything could go here. It is QUT's map, but Onyx so far has put up a great fight, and definitely doing a lot of damage, punishing QUT for a lot of these mistakes, and sometimes just winning those gunfights. You know, there's nothing you could do there. QUT definitely helped the right angles. You know, they had two players, but unfortunately, UwUNSW just proved he was better. He was one with the force, and that was enough to land those headshots.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Well, we are going back to the same site. Yes, same site. Master and the office. So, looking for a repeat, but hopefully this time they will do a little bit better in terms of defense. It was looking a lot like QUT's round, I have to say, on that last round, but of course Onyx able to pull it out at the last minute and take that one. So QUT not going to be happy about it, but they know they can win this. They know they've got the right strats, and just, you know, with a little bit of luck, they can pull this off. So they're going to go for the same picks, and hopefully Zane won't go for the same pick again. He did lose his life early on, as you do recall. So maybe he won't be so reckless, and he will try to keep his head alive. But some holes being opened up in library now to go for these long angles, and a bit of prone work coming in from the shotgun player, Angmo, taking another page out of Owen's book. UwUNSW once again entering from this library side. It looks like, no, it looks like it's going to be the bottom floor here. Zane once again playing on these stairs, looking to contest both sides, and Angmo, he is still here. I think that's a bit of a misdrain. They don't actually know he's here, and he's just that trigger discipline. He's holding, just waiting. Oh no, there's even someone above him and doesn't quite know. This is a disaster waiting to unfold. Does the drone? Oh no, what is going on here? Please, just either kill him or jump in and die, okay? The cam might finally spot him. Will they? When they start panicking, we'll know. No, Angmo with the knife. He does get punished for that with the refrag. But no, that is unfortunate, and that is one for the clips, I think. We'll keep that one at least. But that's about a minute wasted, a little over as well. Just getting into this library control. Same attack as last time, and same defense bar, you know, a player hiding in library. Zane, however, will be going down to Pika, coming up from these stairs, and that's second floor taken. This north side south side taken care of. Owen gets another one. Major Mount goes down, trying to get rid of this Wub, but however picks up Ghoulmao as well, and that's 1v4 now. Goes for this aggressive rush. Info coming out now as the diffuser goes down. He knows he can play aggressively, and he's watching this rotate as well. Llama, however, is able to take out Pika 1v3. He's got 80 bullets to work with, but will it be enough? Prone one. Oh no, it's UwUNSW. At least it wasn't prone one, but still. The prone games, once again. Surely they would have learned by now. Five v5 now. Okay, so according to our production, our stat guys, Diffuser has actually been planted 6 out of 9 rounds, which is surprisingly a lot of rounds. Usually you don't see the Diffuser go down that often, but looks like, yeah, both teams have been planting it quite often, I think.
Protect your bombs from
In
being
fact,
defused by attackers.
would it be 3-3? What's the breakdown in terms of sides for planting? QUT actually planted 5 times on their attack. That's actually incredible. 5 almost successful executes. 3 of those led to a victory. Well, there were 3 victories. And of course, then those last 2, I guess, are unaccounted for. But so far, 5 plants on the attack. I think that speaks a lot of the preparation that QUT have done. They know how to execute onto these sites. They know how to play this. Unfortunately, not quite being able to clench off some of those rounds right at the end. But nevertheless, Monash has been able to plant once, and of course that was in that previous round, which they did win, taking it to 5-4 in Onyx's favor. A little more cautious drone work here this time, making sure they don't fall for the same mistake here. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But once again, basement. Again, we've mentioned a lot of times, not the preferred site for most teams, but looks like both these teams make it work. Anyhow now, entering from that library, going once again for this vertical play. Just dodges the C4 very close there, and he knows there's someone there who has fallen away now. And more progress into the second floor now, and they have taken this second floor entirely and gives them free reign to kind of work on that vertical. Sonic's now looking for a peek, and Mo takes the fight to him, but there's 2 players there. If he's not careful, he could lose his head. He gets 1. Can he get the second? Pistol out. Pre-fires. Goes for the reload, but Yoda Pug will also be falling elsewhere. 3v5 now, and AEL, once again, not quite sure where to go. And once again, we're seeing this kind of horizontal hold on this first floor to deny some of this pressure from this vertical, which is, I think, a very interesting strategy. It also lets you hold that back area, that back take vertical as well. So Alama will be the one playing it, but I think he is getting pushed. He sees the head, doesn't quite land the shots, does tag him up. Pika almost dead, but he does manage to get away with his life. Falls back now, and that's 1 minute left on the clock. And we're now opening up this connector hatch. It's interesting, both times we have not seen these teams contest the main wall. The main wall, at least in ranked, is usually kind of that point of contention. But everyone seems to like going from this horizontal take instead. Angmo, however, will take out Pika, finishing off that work, and Major Melk downs another and kills him. AEL taken down as well, leaving it all up just a prone win. You have to do more than proning though to win this fight. 5 plays to take on, and 45 seconds to do this. Jumps in, gets 1, so that's the first one. C4 misses. Is going, just sending it onto site now. Already down those main stairs, looking at the snowmobile. No one there. Pre-fires and gets a second. Nice headshot there. Can he get the third? He makes it 3. Will he get this ace and make it a clutch ace? He could. Runs into sight. Oh no, unfortunate. Just right at that last second. He's running out of time, so he had to run, and that was the end of that story. Quite a close round, I have to say. Unfortunately so for QUT. Definitely would have preferred that if not to go so close, especially with that 1-5 advantage. But nevertheless, a win is a win. QUT do take it 5-5 now. Have won out their defensive round there. So, basement actually looking quite successful for... well, teams have both won defense once, and Onyx have lost their defense on basement twice. So far, and QUT have won basement twice, in fact. So, looking like QUT is a little bit more successful on that basement site. But we will be going to that bar gaming site now. This is the first time we've seen it in this half. So far, we've seen the master bedroom and the office and the basement, but we will finally go to the tertiary site.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Oh, interesting shield placement there on that pool table. Looks like you can do more than billiards. A fire shield going onto that as well. And the alibi play coming out here. Alibi is always a lot of fun. Glad to see she's finally being brought here, and she brings a shield as well, and can slow down some of these attackers, make them double rethink and double check how they approach things. And so far, as we know, the drone work has sometimes been a little lackluster here, so QUT could really capitalize on that with these alibi clones.
Playing my trump card.
Once again, a north side take. Lots of teams, both these teams so far favoring this entry from the northern side through these solarium windows. I'm using that master bedroom window, of course, as well to cut off players in master, and then just coming up these stairs as well. Gives them a lot of room to work with, and they get to lock down these stairs very, very quickly, and make sure they can just work their way from one side of the map to the other. It's very reminiscent to me of Villa, where teams will choose to enter from the other side of the map and work their way across. So very similar, I guess, in playstyle. Both teams as well. Lots of vertical holds here. Yodapug already looking to challenge this. He's waiting for the drone to come through before making any sort of commitment. Sonic's also helping him out. He knows that they know there are players here. The ping comes out for the top of library stairs as well. Definitely a difficult angle to be contesting as an attack, as we mentioned. Once again, that shield there. AEL already moving in with the Ash, looking to contest this top of mezzanine areas. And not just that, though. That is not the only good news here, because it looks like Bluepanda will be coming back now. In fact, he should be back anytime.
Okay, so unfortunately, our property is a secondary property. No, secondary residence, and like the power is routed through the first house, so they were messing around with the power box. Something went wrong, and our power turned off. So I'm finally back. We've got the issue sorted. We're coming in. I see I've missed a bit. We're now at 5-5. Bud, what's been going on?
Look, it's been back and forth. It's been chaos, absolute chaos. Both teams are playing the best Siege, some of the best Siege I've seen in a while. You know, everyone knows what they're doing, and as chaotic as this is, it's kind of, there's a organized chaos, if you will. Pika able to get one onto Major Milk and pre-firing these top library stairs. Lots of fast action. Pika almost taken down again. Not sure where that was from. Must be some vertical here, but 40 seconds as I have to work this vertical and also execute onto site. I'm a bit worried about them for time, but if anyone can do it, it will be Onyx.
Look, I can coming back at this. I can see there's some big work being done. Yodapug, who did not get a single frag in map number 1, is what, 14 frags deep here on Chalet. This is a map that seems to be going much better for Monash Onyx here at the moment. They're looking to gear up for that push on the site. Oh, Pika, just a bit of a flub there. This defense on Bar Gaming could be rather tenuous. They're gearing up for the rush into the site. Straight into Bar, looking for that plant. They've got the angles controlled. Unfortunately, Sonics is just going to lose that gunfight. Luckily, Yodapug's on the job. Looking to lock things down. 2 in the bag at the Bar. Nitro Cell, it's about the time. QUT, they win it on the clock and secure themselves series point here, Spud.
Wow, that was a perfectly thrown Nitro Cell. You know, as I saw that sail out, I was wondering, oh, is Radius going to hit him? If it doesn't hit him, this could be Onyx's map. Onyx's round, given that they know where the last 2 players are and they've locked them down pretty well. But that C4, unfortunately, couldn't quite hit that C4 because he hadn't been, playing aim labs, that C4 aim tracking thing. Yeah, should maybe do some more of that. That C4, perfect, and brings QUT to map point here and series point, as you have mentioned.
You're at the long arm, and well, sometimes those long arm throws can be enough. Master bedroom office. Honestly, given how this map has gone for both teams, this might be the best chance that Onyx have to get a plant down, but it is a case of whether they can win it off the back of it. Obviously, the 2 rounds that I got to see, we saw one go horrendously wrong and just end up as a flawless. Second time around, they got the plant down. It was a case of prone wind coming into effect, and, well, he pulled it out of the bag. But surely this has to be comfortable territory for QUT. They've got map point, they've got series point, they're on the defense. It's going to have to be something spectacular out of Monash Onyx to bring it back, I think.
Yeah, definitely. But it's also their map to lose here. It's the pressure also for them not to, screw it up. They need to get this just right. They can't afford any mistakes, because any mistakes, Onyx will for sure capitalize on those and make it work for them. But so far, QT have shown us a great showing. Onyx as well. It's been back and forth, this map. It's just incredible. One of the big points I want to point out is, again, we've seen 7 plants this map. 7 of them. 5 of them from QUT.
Oh boy. Coming back to hear that, I'm genuinely disappointed that I missed it. Oh well, it is what it is. We move on, we carry on. We hope for yet another one. Monash Onyx, they're gearing themselves up for that library take at the moment. Start clearing things over from the southwest side of things. But look at these drones that are coming in here for Monash. They've got the coverage. They are very aware of Zane down in the base. And we've seen Zane do some real work with Malusi in map 1. He was a real threat. Angmo was just dropped with a long-range spray from Library. Major as well gets felled by Howe with the G36. They have no idea that Angmo is on the ground currently in mezzanine. So hopefully this camera will reveal. Unfortunately, no one to check it. They haven't confirmed the kill just yet. Zane falls. Howe on an absolute tear at the moment here. Looking for more. Yodapug unfortunately going to fall as well. So they are losing back and forth. Yodapug prone will spot Angmo on the ground there. Both of them down but not out. That's an interesting sign. They still have not killed off this mute sitting here. They're just gonna let him bleed out. No! Ah, there we go. Finally. Jeepers.
Let's put him out of his misery.
Attackers have located.
Jeepers.
This is looking like a very convincing attack, though, from Onyx. 5 players still up against the 2 of QUT. And they've done this quite quickly. A lot of time to work with, still over a minute to get this execute down. And I'm worried for Llama and Gumao here. They have a lot of bullets and some great players, but will it be enough to hold off 4 or 5 players of Onyx? If Onyx take this, it will be overtime, 6-6, and for QUT to drop that overtime and go into another map is soul-crushing. Well, I would assume so. I've never known. Pika, however, gets 1 on AP and makes it a second as Onyx finishes off Llama for another flawless round. First,
I mean, I was literally about to say, like, if there was one gun that you wanted in a clutch situation like this, it was the older 5.56. Unfortunately, when there are that many guns pointing back at you, it can be a bit overwhelming trying to figure out a target, and that's exactly what happens. Onyx will take it to OT. They're not out of it just yet. They have one more chance here to take us to Oregon. Cheapest. Interesting stat there from production. Master Bedroom has not been a great sight for the defense here, not being picked up a single time, which is usually a stat that you see for this bomb site here, basement.
in fact, yeah,
Look,
QUT very successful in the basement.
This is bizarre. We've entered Bizarro world.
Well,
Okay. Well, look, Spud, we're coming into OT. One more chance here for Monash to take it. They're starting off on the attack, which means they've got 2 attacking rounds maximum, only the 1 defense. So they're going to have to pull out something big here. We have seen this one on attack. We've seen QUT pull that one out. Do you reckon Monash can do it as well?
look, so far, QUT have been very good on this basement defense. They've won it twice. I didn't write down quite how they won the first time, but second time, QUT able to take out every player on the attacking side, so not even a chance of getting a plant down. So, QUT definitely have the odds in their favor here, if we're just talking statistically. But Onyx have also seen this attack this defense a lot of times. They know how the setup is going to go. They've gotten used to it to some degree. So, they may be able to win this. Maybe it is 3rd time's a charm. But we're actually seeing some roamers up here now contesting this northern side, which so far we haven't seen too much of. In fact, Zane, once again, solo roaming, playing very aggressively here. Gonna fall off though. He takes out some drones and then backs off. True C2 style lines up that C4 though. Will he get anyone? Not quite. Doesn't do any damage though, but he will be falling back now and up. The castle barricade will prove to be a bit of a trick, but he does manage to make it away with his life.
Unfortunately, yeah, just caught on the wrong side of it. That's unfortunate to say the least. Llama, that's utility now. Well, you would have hoped stayed there for a little while longer and not being taken out by his teammate. But I mean, obviously the potential for a reposition is there. Looking for what they can. They're starting to get that vertical control. Onyx, they're taking good ground here. Oh, though, Angmo, look at that position. Oh, just a little bit too eager on the trigger. And maybe, just maybe, that vertical kick change affecting the way the spray happened there. But nothing gained. Luckily, though, nothing lost.
Yeah, still 5v5 with almost half of this round gone. And defense have just been very good at wasting some of this time here, making it very difficult for the attackers to push up. Ahau now also holding this main door. Major Muck looking contested with the SMG-11 of all guns. Very, very brave, I would say. But does choose to fall back as Pika lands the first blow here. Llama taken down with the SMG-11 once again. Now looks like this top floor, these 2 floors, in fact, have been taken care of. So it will be up to Onyx to execute now onto the site.
I mean, obviously, the real question is this the role that we're going to see Pika pick up next stage of OCL? Is he going to be the sledge main for the accusations? Who knows? It's a wee while away. We've got time for them to perfect things. But all we know at the moment, it is 6-6. It is 5-4 in favour of the attacking side of Monash Onyx. And, well, they're already down one map. If they can pick this one up here, it would be absolutely huge. Take them to Oregon. Give them a shot at carrying on the upper bracket run. But for the moment, we are getting things underway in terms of this execute onto the site. 35 seconds left of the clock. We are seeing those Argus cams coming out. YodaPug with a long-range angle. Blitzangmo to find the equalizer. Owen falls. No more ace. I mean, not the biggest loss now. He doesn't have smokes, but Gulmau as well on the job. Takes out another one. How falls? They're looking for more. Angmo holding things down from Wine. Sonics falls, and all of a sudden it is YodaPug and, well, not even him. Triple with the new spray. Angmo and Gulmau team up for 3 and 2 respectively. QUT take a very nice half in the first of OT.
Again, that's times.
I think I've had issues now. I think you're having issues, Spud. You went a bit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, you're back. You went a bit
we're
Optimus
back, we're
Prime,
back.
but we're back in it. So you might have to make that point again for the lovely viewers at home.
Well, my point was that QUT have indeed played basement 3 times, and they've won it 3 times on the defense. So every time, QUT proving very, very skilled at this basement hold. I think there's part of it is coming down to a little bit of roaming, just wasting some of those attackers' time and being careful not to lose their lives while doing so. They waste that time, very much like how G2 likes to play. You know, waste some of that time with the drones, take out the drones, and then fall back and force the attackers to really have to spend time clearing it out. And by the time they get to that basement, there's just not enough time to execute where the defenders really, really will shine.
I mean, that's the whole point of these extension setups that you see, like we saw on Villa. Not necessarily something that we're seeing so much on Chalet, given that, I mean, honestly, it's probably one of the more compact maps in the competitive pool. Honestly, like, you can see the entire map here in one shot. It's not every day or every map that you get this opportunity, but
10 seconds remaining.
yeah, vertically is more the name of the game. Maybe we see that extension over towards Library, but it's a risky one, especially on a bomb site like this. We are going to see Onyx default back to that standard setup that we've seen out of them. Vertical holes in Solarium. Look to lock things down with the barbed wire and contest those angles aggressively. And, I mean, it's not like it hasn't worked for them. They've won it twice in the first half. They might be able to find it again. But, I mean, you're in this position now, Spud. You're 1 round away from being knocked into the lower bracket. Do you have the mental fortitude to bounce back and take it to double OT?
Yeah, not only that, I'm 1 round away from getting my pick wrong, and that's the last thing we all want. So,
yeah, look, everyone knows that is the most important. It doesn't matter who wins or loses. It's about picks. It's predictions. In fact, no. It's Red. Red is the only one who backed QUT. That's Red is the only one to back QUT, so he might be the one to lead the predictions. No, actually, I don't think he'll be leading the predictions. I think we're all going to be sitting at about 1. But at the moment, speaking of 1 minute burn, QUT taking some good ground yet again. They're approaching things very, very smart. Don't play these vertical angles need to be a real concern. And Zane pushing up might be the one to upset some of this congestion possibility from Monash. But they are playing it slow and careful.
yeah, but as we've seen, slow and careful doesn't always win. In fact, slow is the main pain point here. Could really cost them so much time that there's not enough time to go for the execute. Wall finally now being opened up though. That's a crucial wall they need to work with. Prone once again living up to his name, looking for that prone peek as that player comes through that door. Major Milk surely will be aware of this, or at least will be smart enough not to push it. Flashbang comes out.
No!
Major Milk,
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I shouldn't be biased, but when Prone does that, it's okay to be glad it didn't work.
Look, that was a bit of a mess. Like, he goes to the prone play, a flash grenade almost literally lands in his face. He gets up, goes to contest it. Don't go from that position back to prone again. At the moment, it's great positioning here from QUT. From below, though, How is on the job. Watching the vertical angles. Yodapug falls, but Pika is there as well. The older 556 coming in huge. Ghoulmao on the plant. The Evil Eye. Oh, no, it's the Nitro Cell, in fact. Pika just got to witness firsthand the destruction that was wrought. And with 30 seconds left, it's going to have to come down to the gunfights for QT. Into Piano, there's one close by. It's Zane. He's going to find two more with the help of Llama, who is on the plant. Going to bait it out, try and pull back. Pika doesn't have the chance to deny just yet. It's by the half wall, spotted. Llama in trouble. He's going to get the gunfight with the help of Zane. Oh, my lord. QUT might be able to pull this one back from the brink. How? Needs to look to deny. MP5, but Zane's there. He just wins those. He's going to take the head off, and QUT, Spud, will be the team to move on in the upper bracket. And Monash, against all predictions, against all odds, will be knocked down to the lower bracket. And if they want to book themselves a spot in the grand finals, it is going to be a brutal and less than safe run.
And in fact, that's both Monash teams being knocked out in these last two play days. So they are going to have to face off against each other in that losers bracket, which is rather unfortunate. But I was going to say AEL was so close to clutching that up. He managed to get those two crucial picks on that vertical and almost brought it back, but unfortunately just not enough against those last two guns on that team. So definitely well done to QUT. It was looking a little bit shaky there for most of that map. Shaky in terms of a lot of back and forth, both teams playing their best and neither really giving much ground. But finally, QUT able to take out those last two rounds on their own map, which is something you definitely want. And of course, winning the first map on Monash's map pick. So, well done to QUT. They will be advancing to the to the next stage, the semi-finals, I believe, along with monke UTS and RMIT Black, who have both respectively won their games 2-0 in their best of threes. So we will be seeing.
It's a quick night. Yeah. It's a quick night. But look, the big story though that needs to be addressed here, and I know there's people at home that are thinking about this. The matchup that is going to be taking place in the semi-finals. QUT, Real World University versus UwUNSW, meme. Two former teammates from the power roster that is LFO that made it into the Six Masters. Sogs versus Angmo. This is a huge match. It's going to be absolutely wild there in the semi-finals. And off the back of that, I mean, QUT, they're looking good. But we saw UwU struggle in their matchup last night. They did get taken to a third map. Luckily, QUT avoid that. But Spud, I mean, could you imagine what a match tomorrow is going to... Or maybe not tomorrow. I'm wrong. The semi-finals could bring.
Yeah, there's definitely so much going on. And even in the losers bracket, we're going to be seeing, UTS potentially play against UwUNSW, so the two Sydney teams. So we've got the two Queensland teams playing against each other. Potentially got the two Sydney teams playing against each other, and of course, two Monash teams playing against each other as well. So a lot of friendly fire going to be going on here as these teams duke it out to remain in the tournament and get that top prize, which of course, thank you to our sponsors, who are Chatime and Indomie, for giving us those prizes. Couldn't do it without you, and of course, RIG headsets, so you can hear all that sound in crystal clear detail while we play.
Also AOC, who have been absolutely phenomenal. They do it. Honestly, they powering the play of the games that you see popping up on social media. There are some big players in that. I mean, Zane, one of the players that we saw here tonight, unfortunately couldn't win it out, but he threw up an ace, I think, the other day, so definitely check that out. But that does bring us to the end of this quarterfinal run here in the playoffs. From here, this is where things start to heat up. That lower bracket run becomes ever more important. No more safety net, no more chance of being dropped into the lower bracket. It is ride or die, win, lose, fight for your life. And then in the upper bracket, obviously, this is where the big teams start to battle up against each other. No survivors, going hard. But Spud, it's us done for the night here. We'll let you know as soon as we have play days and times for those semi-finals and lower bracket matches. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.